The following podcast may contain spoilers, strong language, graphic violence, and nudity. Viewer discretion is advised. It's one long boob joke. It's a boob joke.
Four guys and a movie. Four guys and a movie. Donnie, Brian, Rob, and Joe reviewing movies for the show. Four guys and a movie.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Four Guys in a Movie podcast, the podcast where we watch things that people put onto film and presumably put out in theaters. I'm not actually sure. Anyway, I'm your host, Rob. To my left,
Brian,
Tony,
and Joe.
And this week we have a special guest,
John.
Hi, John.
A great pair of
guys.
tits.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Put those away.
So this week we watched The New Adventures of Titty Longstocking, and so this is a sponsored episode. I'm going to go ahead and read the email off.
First, can I just ask, John, do you always wear the same dress?
I mean, I have a
It's not
bunch
a
of the
dress.
same one.
When
So
he's
technically, yes.
It's not a dress, Tony. It's a duster.
yeah, and when he isn't twirling his tassels.
Yeah, I was hoping you'd say sometimes I like to wear something low cut and sexy, but
Oh, wow. But a couple of housekeeping issues here. First of all, we got another email from Sharon. She enjoyed the Twister episode, so we're glad you enjoyed that. And she did ask that if she could sponsor episodes from now on, just giving us pierogies instead of money. I'd say that's fine, but a thing you should consider is how many pierogies we can put down. You'll end up spending way more than it would just to
This
just.
is true.
Oh, we could easily eat $20 worth of pierogies.
Real fast.
Each, yeah.
I can eat $20 a pierogi.
yeah, it's more economical for you to just stay a Patreon member.
I mean, I may hate myself afterwards, but I can do it.
Yeah, so there is that option. And then the last order of business is that I owe Joe an apology in our Twister episode. What the heck was that?
Someone's trying to break into the apartment.
Oh, all right. Well, good luck.
Suspense on the 4 a.m. podcast.
check the outer door, man.
They're going to get a fully loaded Brian when they break in here.
Well, his kitchen door is wide open. So, yeah.
Oh, that probably was it then.
Oh, my door's open?
Yeah.
Oh.
Must not have shut properly.
Don't shut doors.
Do you have to lock it?
Well, I mean, you have to shut it all the way.
Well, I dare someone to come in here right now.
All right. Well, thank you, Brian, for protecting us.
You're welcome.
And Joe, I owe you an apology because last episode I said that I didn't like many of James Cameron's movies, but I think I was attributing him to movies that he didn't make because he's only made like 6 movies.
Yeah, and they've all been pretty solid.
They've all been pretty good. I will say The Abyss I was kind of...
No, I like The Abyss.
I was
It's
a little,
fucking long.
a little bored.
It
by
is
The
long,
Abyss.
yeah.
And Avatar I genuinely don't. I just... It's cool to see once, but after, I don't really like it. So I'll stand by that criticism. But other than that, yeah, I mean, I still don't think he would make a good Jurassic Park movie because I just don't think his style of movie fits that.
I think he could make quite the visual spectacle.
It would be a visual,
which is
visual
what I want
spectacle.
for my Jurassic Park movie.
I think you'd probably end up with another Jurassic World, and then
Yes.
you wouldn't like it.
I don't know if you would.
know.
I don't know if you would end up with something that bad. It'd probably be better written at least.
He keeps
And it might be better written.
He keeps his stories pretty basic, but they're usually fundamentally sound.
Did you not see the end of Avatar?
not
the
have
whole
this conversation
whether he was-
right now.
He was trying to do the end of Aliens.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's pretty basic, but
It's definitely
yeah.
basic. Anyway, but so I do apologize
Elvira.
for that criticism of Anyway, so our longtime listener William sponsored this
Hi, William.
episode by
Hi, William.
Hi.
and not the Will that's on the show. I like
That's
all
Carolina Will.
Yeah, that's Carolina. Like I feel like our listeners and our crew and like immediate group like all have the same names. It gets confusing. Anyway, so he finally gave us the hashtag selling out on the old Twitter box, and he bought some merch from us, which I suggest you all do. You can get that at our Teespring page, teespring.com/4am podcast. And he says this: my grandpa is a huge fan of Elvira's extra large ... personality. I still remember going to 7-Eleven to buy 3D glasses so we could watch an Elvira special on TV one time. So in honor of Grandpa's 88th birthday, I request Elvira, Mistress of the Dark from 1988. Thanks. So, first of all, happy birthday, Grandpa.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And,
Congrats on the 88.
Yeah, 88.
That's yeah. So here it is. Elvira. What's everybody's history with this movie?
I watched this movie a lot as a kid.
Surprising no one.
It was funny because he was like mouthing all the lines when the movie was
There aren't
happening.
many lines in the movie.
That wasn't lines he was mouthing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But every time it came on, like USA, or like it would come on like Showtime, at night, whatever, I watched it. And little 10-year-old Brian was all about this movie. I never saw it in the theaters because I was too young. But a couple years later, it was on TV and stuff, and I'd watch it.
What was this movie even rated?
I don't know. There's no actual like titties or blood in it.
No,
so,
there's
like,
not even any like swear words.
PG.
PG-13.
Is it PG?
Yeah, there's heavy adult themes.
Yeah,
Yes.
adult themes.
And the shoe draws blood.
That's true.
The bazooka doesn't, but
it
the
is
shoe
the
draws
80s,
blood.
though.
Yeah.
It is the 80s still.
But
It's 88. It's after the PG-13
Yeah,
ending.
fair. John?
Pretty much same as Brian. I'm pretty sure I caught it. I didn't watch it all the time, but when it was on around Halloween time, I'd watch it.
See, I was a little backstory, Brian. So like I sucked so much, right, that like I would see it on in the daytime, and then I knew that the TV channel would usually show things again later, so I would make sure that I was up to watch it again when it came back on later.
That's right. I did that with Beast Wars.
Yeah, I did that.
Tony, how about you?
I've seen this before. I might have seen it more than once because I think I might have caught it on USA or whatever. But that was like Elvira and the Joe Bob Briggs stuff I enjoyed, but it was always like late enough. I ended up falling asleep halfway through it, so I didn't remember most of this movie.
Okay, Joe.
I grew up wondering what Elvira did besides look like Morticia Addams with a bigger rack. I didn't even know this movie existed, and I didn't know that she had like a show where she watched shitty movies and stuff like that. I was always just like, oh, it's Elvira. She's a thing, and that was it.
You uncultured bastard.
Well, it's funny because my story is exactly the same.
You uncultured
And that
bastard.
you'd think that I would have like come across her at some point, considering my style of entertainment.
Did you ever watch Joe Bob Briggs?
Yeah, I've watched Joe Bob Briggs,
Okay.
and I watched 100% Weird, and what's the other one with the other gal whose name I don't remember. She was a blonde.
That was
USA
Up All Night.
Yeah.
Now, in all those shows, was it like she just appeared on the commercial breaks and then they'd show part of the movie, or
Yes.
okay, so there wasn't like commentary like MST3K or
No.
anything?
I don't believe so for her. I
They
think
may
it
have
was-
shown like a recap of something that happened during that
Yeah, it was more
Okay.
like
portion or something.
well, basically just watching the movie like you would on TV. But yeah, before you go to commercial, they'd come on and be like, "Well, what do you think about this thing?" And like maybe here's a little backstory of it, or I'm gonna make some joke about something stupid that.
Oh
happened.
yeah, no, I would never watch that even if I knew it existed.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna watch a shitty movie unless someone's helping me get through it. At least when I was a teenager.
Okay.
That's fair. So yeah, what's the financial history of this, or the historical history of this movie?
It's a sordid tale. Well, first of all, yes, we are watching Elvira, Mistress of the Dark from 1988. It was directed by James Signoria, I think is how you say it.
Probably not, but who cares?
Probably not. I tend to butcher names, but whatever. He directed Easy Money.
And babies.
He was an uncredited director for Police Academy 2, The First Assignment.
Oh, all right.
And he's done a bunch of Saturday Night Live stuff, and that's about it.
It shows.
I mean, but he's got a style. He's got a type.
This was written by Sam Egner and
Who's
a little
wearing
bit
a
by
Egner suit.
a little bit by Cassandra Peterson, who of course is Elvira. Also James Paragon, who was the gas station attendant who exploded in this movie.
You mean like Joe?
Both. He ripped a sick fart and blew up.
He did. Do you have any idea where else you might have found him?
No.
Yeah, I figured not. But What if I said Mecca like a high, Mecca hiney ho?
Oh, is he Jambi the
He
Genie?
sure is.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
All right. So
What's in the box?
speaking of what's in the box, one of the kids.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about Elvira.
No, one of the kids in this movie was almost played by Brad Pitt, but Cassandra was like, you know what? He's too pretty. There's no way this would work out. Like, he would not be the kind of guy that would be seeking me out. So, what? Send him on his way. Yeah, he was a yet unknown kid. Like, nope, he wasn't Brad Pitt then, so.
But she considered him too handsome.
Yeah. Apparently, I mean, I guess she wanted to fuck him, but she didn't think he would work in the movie. Also, originally the teenagers in this had a much smaller part, but the studio was like, we want a younger audience for this, so they kind of bumped that up.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I don't even. How do you explain that?
Why would they think that putting teenagers in the movie would bring?
They wanted to hearken people back to a magical time before the internet where you just peeked in girls' windows. To
Like
see
I
boobs.
get that, but why wouldn't it just?
Also, that's disgusting.
Doesn't just having the boobs in the movie kind of bring in the
we've
teenage
discussed
audience?
this before. This is why you have Robin. Like, it's someone to see yourself in that role.
Yeah, like I wish I was one of those kids in that movie.
I mean, sure, all right.
Apparently, the painting of Elvira's great aunt is actually just
her.
Cassandra
Yeah,
Peterson.
yeah.
I'm not surprising anyone with that. And unfortunately, the major death in this movie is that Marvel comic book that the guy was reading before it got ripped in half.
Dude, what the hell?
And do you know what what comic book this was?
I couldn't. I saw it was Black Costume Spider-Man on the cover, and I
It's
couldn't.
actually Spider-Man number 298, which was the first appearance of Venom.
Yeah.
So this comic book was worth a lot of money.
Don't
Sure,
you
it wasn't
mean-
then, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you mean Venom?
Venom.
God, that movie.
Save that for later, folks. And of course, Marvel released a magazine-sized comic based on this movie because that's what you do.
All right.
Do you want to guess at how much money this movie cost to make?
Well, there probably weren't sexual harassment lawsuits back then.
Yeah, definitely not.
So I'm gonna say $7 million.
How much money did she say she needed in this movie?
50,000.
Okay, half of that.
Okay.
$5 million?
I'll go with 12.
It's actually $7.5 million.
All right.
Wow.
Brian.
All right.
You want to guess how much money this movie made?
That's a different story.
How much money did she need in this movie? 1.5 times that.
$75,000.
88.
$10 million.
Okay, thanks, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
I will say $11 million. Wait, no, $9 million.
I will just preface this with saying I could only find the U.S. gross, not the worldwide.
Okay,
That changes.
so
I
that
think,
probably
for
drops it
anyone.
even lower. I'll say it didn't make its money back in U.S. gross, so I'll probably say $6 million.
You still going with 10, Joe?
I'll go with 8.
It did eventually get a sequel. I don't know. I'll go with 12 again.
This had a sequel?
Oh yeah, Elvira's Haunted Hills.
I don't remember that.
Well,
It took like
Wow.
10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember that at all.
That wasn't hot on the heels. And Rob, you're still with
$75,000.
All right. It was $5.5 million.
Oh,
wow.
So I win.
Wow. Yeah.
You do.
All right, then.
There's no way it made its money back.
No.
Theatrical release. Like, no way.
All right, who was in this film?
All right. Well, we have Elvira, credited as Elvira.
Mm-hmm.
William Morgan Shepard as Vincent Talbot. Daniel Green as Bob Redding. And Ellen Dunning as Robin. And the secretary from Ferris Bueller's Day Off was in there, too.
And Kurt Fuller.
And Kurt Fuller.
Welcome back to the show, Kurt Fuller.
Yeah.
He stopped by for a hot minute.
And
Enough
Kiki.
time to sneak in a boob grab.
And Hot Dog Guy from The Happening.
Hot dog guy from The Happening. Elvira's left breast. Elvira's right breast.
Oh, also, quick side note. Apparently, they wanted Tim Burton to direct this, but he was a little busy with Beetlejuice.
He was making a movie about a ghost that wants to hump a 14-year-old.
I'm trying to decide if it would have been
Still a better
any,
movie.
any different.
It would have been
The monster in the pot would have looked different.
Yeah, it would have been visually more
It
appealing.
would have had stripes on it.
Yeah, it would have had
I don't know if
stripes.
It would have been that different.
It would have been visually more appealing, I think. But
Maybe.
I think definitely.
It's definitely had like a Pee-wee's Big Adventure vibe to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good. It did.
Which she was in.
Was she in it?
Yeah.
Oh boy, was Zombie in it?
Maybe.
Wait, when
I don't
was she
know.
in Pee-wee's Big Adventure?
I don't remember the part. She might not have even been Elvira in it, if I'm
Oh.
I don't think she was. She
but
was
she's
just
in the movie.
Okay.
Weird. All right, so who wants to start us off?
Well, we start off with some very special effects of a UFO.
Oh, we start off in another movie.
Yeah.
That's
We
right.
do.
And what movie was this, Rob? Because I know you've seen it.
I have seen it lots of times.
It appears to be an early tentacle porn,
It is
kind of before that was a thing.
It's got Lee Van Cleef.
Mm-hmm.
It's got Peter Graves.
Mm-hmm.
It's got who else did we say was in it? Oh,
The
the
guy from
dude from Gremlins. Mr. Futterman from Gremlins is in it.
Yes.
So I can tell you everything the movie's about, but I can't remember the name of it. It's the day the Earth froze.
It's okay. It's all right.
It's not. I need to answer this.
IMDb it.
Oh no, it conquered the world, I think.
And it was those pyramid-shaped tentacle monsters.
No, so okay, yeah, it conquered the world. I did remember. Good for me. So Peter Graves and Lee Van Cleef are like besties, and Lee Van Cleef starts getting signals from outer space, or actually not from outer space. Like this ship crash lands somewhere, and Lee Van Cleef starts getting signals from this alien, and it's like, hey, I have the cure for all mankind's diseases. I want to give it to you. And he just starts brainwashing Lee Van Cleef, and then he sends out these little bat monsters that like attach themselves to people and brainwash them. So it's this whole thing. It's actually it's like really dark because Peter Graves ends up like spoilers. Peter Graves like kills his own wife and like all kinds of craziness, and then it just ends with that dumbass tentacle monster.
Okay, so would you recommend this movie?
In Mystery Science Theater 3000 format, yes.
Yes. All right. So we have a review inside of a review.
Mm-hmm.
If I could quickly, that was a great summary of this movie. Tell us anything that happened in Elvira.
Tits.
He's got you there, Tony. He's got you there.
Yeah, I don't know who won that argument.
Yeah.
Flash dance.
We did.
Yeah.
Well, 10-year-old Brian did.
Tar and feathered.
10-year-old
Yeah.
Brian.
Anyway, all right. So there's a bonus review inside this review.
Yeah, you're welcome. Is this
It's like
face
reviewception.
Yeah, so those of you that were thinking about using your $20 donation to pick this movie, yeah, you don't have to anymore.
Rob's got
taken? Yeah,
you
so we
covered.
start out on the set of Elvira's actual show? Question mark? Because I've never actually seen it, so I don't know.
It's definitely that type. I don't know if that was supposed to
Approximation
be.
of
Yeah.
her show.
So, like, she's watching this cheesy movie, and then comes to find out the studio's been purchased by some
The Texas Longhorn.
some oil baron,
Boss Hog.
Ross Hogg, yeah.
and he just immediately comes up and start.
Well, she gets hit
grabbing-
with a map first.
Well, she gets it with a map. Yeah, there's like
The
there's
news just shows up.
She
comedy. stuff.
walks into Tress
Yeah.
McNeil.
So
as well.
what news is she like going on before? Unless
It
it's
looks
like
the weather, but I don't know.
unless it's like the 6 a.m. news. Like I don't know
It's
what.
Fox and Friends.
Yeah. What the hell?
No, she's not blonde.
She's coming on before Alex Jones.
Yeah.
Werewolf raping kids.
Gay frogs.
Jimmy Frost.
with a goblin.
Dressed like a werewolf, raping children.
So yeah, this dude,
Elvira.
he's basically just like, "Hello, I'm gonna have sex with you."
Yeah, he's like,
If you want to keep your job.
right? If you
Like, for
want,
real.
yeah, and he starts just
Yeah.
grabbing her tits. Like, what? This movie could not have been made today. Like,
Harvey Weinstein had to start somewhere.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's actually very relevant to today's current events.
I mean, I guess it is, but
it there are undertones of all kinds of stuff in the movie if you pay attention to it. But it wasn't trying to. It's just like that's just commentary about.
But
how
honestly,
people are.
Whenever you hear a lot of people say that, like just because I dress a certain way doesn't mean anything by that. This is what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, she's got a low cut top. That means I can grab her tits. Like,
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
it does not.
No, it doesn't.
Like I say, I do like Elvira is far from a damsel in distress in this movie. She foot stomps this dude, and he Chris Farley's right through the news desk.
Yep.
On air.
Yeah, she does not hesitate to kick an ass or two in this film,
Yeah.
which is good.
That's what Brian Boitano would do.
Right. Like, I've never seen a man eat so many chicken wings.
What was the joke about his breath, though?
Well, he said he was like they call me Longhorn. You want to know why? And she goes, does that have something to do with your breath?
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't get it.
He's like, you told me she was
Maybe
a
his
nympho.
breath smelled like dick.
We had to keep a
I mean,
long way away from him
that's-
because the breath smelled.
Yeah, like, you gotta
I was thinking
circle
more
the
of that.
block a few times to get to that conclusion, though.
Not if you're John. He just
Like-
walks backwards.
If he was like, they call me the
Tater
bull,
salad.
the bull dick, and she was like, "Is it your breath?" Like, I would get that. Like, oh, his breath smells like
Or
he's sucking on bull dick.
they call me Long John. Do you know why? Like, because that's the distance I want to put between us or something?
No, it's just
Yeah.
his breath smells bad. You gotta stay a long way away. It's like it's
So-
not meant to have that much thought put into it. Most of the jokes in this movie are not meant to have thought put into
Apparently.
it.
Yeah, we get
And there's
base.
a lot of them. It's
I took it as he was trying to imply that he had a big dick.
Oh,
No,
for
I
sure.
know,
That
that's
part
part-
we're
that's
all
what I
on
get.
board with.
Yeah, and she turned that around on him and said, "Oh, you've been sucking dick." And
I guess.
Well, I mean, if you go by the sergeant from Full Metal Jacket, the only thing that comes from Texas is steers and queers.
I didn't see any horns on him.
Yeah, so I guess we know what that makes him.
The views and opinions of Joe.
I am simply quoting a movie.
I would dare you to go to Texas and see.
Yeah. Bullshit! You look like the kind of man who could suck a golf ball through a garden hose.
But yeah, as Joe said, she put him through a table.
Yep. And then she storms off to her dressing room to do a little exposition while taking off way more clothes than she could have possibly had on.
She took off nothing. She was just throwing around.
Just throwing clothes. No, well, she changed into the same outfit.
Yes. At first, I was just like, is this movie just that stupid? I mean, well, that's the thing. I didn't realize this was intentionally like a joke in this. I was just like, oh, this is just dumb. I get as we go on, this is intentional nonsense. But
I just took it as she had a big chest of underwear behind that screen. It was just,
she's literally just throwing it out.
Yeah, well,
like, it's not doing anything.
She had to get the black undies under the other black undies under the other black undies.
As someone who has lived with a woman for longer than anybody except even longer than Rob has been married.
He's gonna need those.
Those are Doritos, though. That's like
They might work on John, though.
okay.
You gotta fill your cheeks
No,
like a
it's
hamster.
not meat. It's not meat.
There are times when you will see that amount of clothes like flying through the air.
Oh, yeah.
Without accomplishing anything?
Absolutely. That's why I keep that door shut.
Oh, I don't think, again, no one's questioning that she would have this amount of clothes. It's why is she just throwing them about like this?
Because she's trying to pick which ones she wants to put on.
And she's upset.
When she discards, they get flipped over.
Tony, women be shopping.
And men, they be acting all like zombies at the mall.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so bottom line, she's like, all right,
He's really leaning into it.
I don't need this job. I got a gig waiting for me at Vegas because you just transitioned from local access cable to Vegas.
Quick side note,
I mean,
for all
probably, yeah.
for all our SMR fans,
You better be real careful about that.
yeah,
For all
whatever,
of our BDSM fans.
who enjoy the crunching, you can thank John for that. For all the people that hate us for eating into the mics, you can thank John for that. All right, continue.
It was intentional.
Oh, yes.
Oh, well, fat chat moment, though.
Yeah.
Today, National Donut Day.
Oh, shit.
Mm-hmm.
Every day is donut day.
Well, I got
But they-
4 free donuts.
Yeah, they don't
today,
usually
though.
get
Oh.
free donuts
Oh.
on
How do you
other
get free
days.
donuts?
If you
Dunkin' Donuts will give you one
went to
today.
Dunkin' Donuts and bought something, you got a free donut. And people didn't want to eat their donuts. They gave them to me at work.
John, just so you know, quick heads up, would have gotten a box of donuts right in the center of this table here.
Plus a free donut.
That's a shirt.
No, that wouldn't have made it to the table.
That's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would have been eaten in the
That'd
car.
be Rob's, reward for getting them.
I got a free drink today at Taco Bell. When I got my order, they were just like, "Hey, do you want a free drink?" And I was like, "Sure."
They threw it in his face.
I
But
dipped my balls in it.
Yeah. They forgot my hot sauce. They gave me a free.
Fire sauce, medium, which
Hot.
one? Hot.
Hot. Yeah.
Hot. I like fire.
Fire is like it builds up too much, especially with the quantity that I eat. So I'm like, I can't taste anything else other than the sauce. I like the hot sauce because it adds some heat to it, but it's not overwhelming for the flavor.
So
Elvira.
long story short,
What?
she's got to get $50,000, and she just found out that her her grand aunt or something, great aunt died and left some inheritance to her. So she just has to go to Falwell, Massachusetts, and she hops in her car and we're off. Her car is pretty cool. It's like a
I want
gothed
this
out.
car.
What was it, like a Cadillac? And then it was
Something like
The
that.
T-Bird.
T-Bird, yeah. And the license plate's kick-ass. It's got the skull steering wheel with the chrome chain.
It's a cool car.
It is a cool car. I don't know how I feel about like the zebra print interior, or was that might have been
This
leopard?
car was heavily modified for this movie.
Yeah.
It was made specifically for her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but it's
still
based
cool
on a
car.
T-Bird. Oh yeah, it's a cool car, even without some of the finish and
I
whatever.
like the
but-
spider web.
yeah, the front
grill.
grill.
Yeah.
By the way, not to drag this back too far, but when the new boss, the Longhorn, grabbed her, he said "milking time."
Oh yeah,
He did actually. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he
say that.
did.
He also, when he was flat on his ass on the floor, looked at the other guy who had sort of was trying to arrange this
Introducing her.
hookup. Yeah, well, no, he was straight up trying to whore out Elvira.
I got a feeling that guy had to save his job by doing that too.
Yeah, but the fat ass Longhorn, while he was on the floor, looked at the other guy. I thought you said she was a nympho. Like that makes it all.
Yeah.
Not to dwell on it. It was the only note I took, so I figured I should bring it up.
You guys are pigs.
Yeah, that's true. We are.
We'll point out
Not all of them
every
in
time
this movie.
Every time a dude touches her inappropriately, she lays him out.
Oh, she
Yeah.
kicks the shit. Yeah.
She's having none of that. Like,
And it's funny because
Story of my marriage.
she tries to have sex with just about everybody in this movie
no,
that doesn't immediately grab her boobs.
It's only really like two people.
She doesn't try.
Well,
to
she
have
at least.
sex
Well,
with
no. I
everybody,
should
but
rephrase
She's
that.
very
She
flirtatious.
She flirts with everyone, so it's like just give her a second, and you probably have a chance. Like,
Yeah.
but no, these guys are just like immediate boob grab.
Yeah, surprise. If
pretty
you
much-
treat women like people, you might get a little further.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Not that any of us here would know.
Yeah.
So we were talking about her sweet ass car.
Yes.
Well, we're pretty much done with that, but we get a little road trip montage. She goes and she picks up a hobo / serial killer. And like a minute later, his shirt's off and he is running out of the car.
I get.
She axes him.
Yeah.
Well,
Axes
yeah,
him.
I guess they were about to get down to fucking, but he was trying to kill her. Maybe that's the point.
No, I think he got in, was like, "Oh, I'm about to just do what I want to do," and she's like, "No, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Here's your ex."
Okay.
Yeah, and she just throws it, and off screen you hear it like bite into his flesh.
Yeah.
Yeah, might surprise you, but some dudes are shitty like that, and we'll just pull their dicks out when we're not asked to do so. It is pretty shitty. So,
Yeah. Many famous YouTubers.
Anyway.
So then we pull up to a gas station where
Not me.
John B. the Genie just rips a sick fart right as she's pulling up, and then just sits there and stares at her because it's self-service.
Well, also, it was a bit more live action than the porn he was reading while
Yeah,
sitting
true.
at this gas
Is
station.
that what he was reading?
Oh, yeah, that
Yeah.
was porn.
yeah, it was.
Like
okay.
hardcore shit.
I did not realize that.
So, she gets out, puts the gas in the car,
Doesn't pay for it.
doesn't pay for it, leaves the gas thing running, and straight up just Blues Brothers this guy, like drives away. Well, at least he throws the cigarette instead of them. But
She tried to
Yeah.
hang up the pump. She just
true.
messed
Missed.
it up, leaked
Mhm.
gas all.
Yep.
Yeah, she's a little ditzy.
So this guy throws his cigarette into the gas, and the whole fucking place explodes.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yep.
That's the thing. Every single person in this movie is an idiot.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
real dumb.
Yeah. Just the John B. Genie gas station guy. Like, he would fit so well in an Ernest movie.
Mhm.
That's just kind of what we're dealing with here.
Oh yeah, one other thing about last week's episode actually.
Mm.
Joe, you described somebody as the love child of.
So you forgot.
No,
So
I
fill it
know
out for you.
I know who it is. I just can't remember the names. The dude from Wings, Sandman from Spider-Man 3.
Oh, Thomas Hayden Church.
Thomas Hayden Church,
Yeah.
and Jim Varney.
Mm-hmm. What character was I describing?
I don't remember, but those two people are the same person.
What?
You just get somebody that looks exactly like either Thomas Hayden Church or Jim Varney.
Well, apparently the guy I was talking about looked like that person.
Are you out of your mind?
Thomas Hayden Church and Jim Varney, they look exactly
They're
the same.
very close.
They're similar, but there's some distinct differences.
Yeah, one's dead.
I mean, Jim
Name
Varney,
another difference.
John Cena.
I don't think I've got one. You can see it's helping.
You
It's
need
not
more.
Doritos. It's
Yeah,
not going to help.
You need more, damn it.
Why'd you buy cheese puffs anyway?
Because I wanted them. I don't make all of my snack buying decisions based on you people, because first of all,
What do you mean, you people?
you fat bitches sitting at my table right now. Because every week I'm like, hey, what do you guys want? You're always like, oh, whatever you get is fine. And then Joe said, oh, don't get snacks because I don't want any snacks. But here he is eating snacks. So maybe I should just shut up and eat the snacks that
Turn
I
this
want.
mic off, Joe. Turn this mic off.
You don't know.
Okay. No, I'll pull things out of this till the whole podcast shuts down. Anyway, okay.
Story of
I
your
said
sex tape.
yeah. I'm eating the snacks because I'm not picky about what junk goes in my mouth. Do with that what you will.
I will.
Second off, I said I don't want snacks to be here because I just shovel whatever junk's in front of me into my mouth
Yep.
without control.
Well, I'm just saying, you guys should, I'm happy to take requests.
Yeah, I'm not giving you shit for your selection. I'm eating my Jacks and I'm happy.
Why next time say apples? or
And
something.
sometimes I want cheese puffs.
Yeah.
It's a cheese puff weekend.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
So anyway, she rolls into town.
So we also have to get the obligatory shot in the gas station from inside the car of her tits hitting the windshield for about a minute.
When she was cleaning the windshield.
Yeah.
Well, the whole drive up, the whole movie's a big
The whole
boob joke.
Yeah.
Like whenever she can make a joke about her boob, she does.
It's like Silicon Valley.
But it was at this moment,
We get
like
them-
early on, I had thought about maybe I should keep track of all the boob references.
Ew.
At this point, I realized it's just not going to be possible if I want to remember anything else about the movie.
Yeah,
At one point on this drive, she's eating a hot dog.
Oh,
The
yeah.
whole
Yep.
hot dog falls out of the bun between her tits, right? And she's trying to clean it up or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Then, like, miraculously, next time we see her, it's all fine to clean up. It was just to have a wiener between her tits. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the only reason why I was there.
But also, I could be wrong, but I think the joke here was she drops the hot dog, and then she seems to drop her soda down there as well, and it just disappeared into her cleavage?
Yeah,
Is
she
that-
just washed it down there.
Yeah, I don't.
uh.
That wasn't very clear, but I think that's what they were doing.
Like, it would have been funny if maybe it was like she dropped the hot dog and it like actually disappeared between her breasts, like you were saying. But it's just weird because it cuts to her chest and there's just a hot dog sitting across her
a
boobs.
wiener
Yeah.
between her boobs. Like,
And some
Stop
mustard.
saying wiener.
but like that's
It's
Yeah.
just uncomfortable.
That's
It's
what they were
just
doing. That's what they were
uncomfortable.
doing.
For
is all.
you,
That was the joke. Like,
but seriously, Brian, put it away.
I said some guys just take it out randomly.
No,
like,
but I'm. You're gonna tell Rob you didn't take it out for air? No, I do honestly. I think the thing was supposed to be like it's the Grand Canyon, things just fall down there, but they didn't have like the effects budget to do that, so they just kind of like, oh, here's a hot dog on her boobs, and
I don't think they were.
yeah, you're thinking way too hard
Yeah,
about
they
that.
weren't
Yeah.
thinking that deep about it.
Do you guys
They're
wanna-
like, it's been 45 seconds since we mentioned her tits.
That is correct. Joe.
Yeah.
That is what it
you
was.
win.
Let's have a Cool Hand Luke car washing moment. And, you know.
Like legit, we're only 7 minutes into the movie at this point.
Yeah.
And then
And there have been like 30 different boob references, and,
Yeah.
and we skipped most of them because we can't do that the whole
Yeah.
episode. Like they're just there's a lot of them. So,
Should we actually pause right now and just record our apology episode real quick?
Yeah.
Get that out of the way.
so,
So, she pulls into Falwell, Massachusetts, and the hood just blows off of her car.
how does that happen?
Generally, it doesn't.
Someone hit her blast panel.
Okay, all right. You know, that's her grill turned backwards.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Just
Her car's her car's got tits too, and it just can't be contained.
mhm.
Those headlights just pop that top right off.
Are you thinking about the image He-Man?
But I do
Yes,
I do
was.
like how there's a quick scene here. She's pulling into Pennsylvania, and she pulls up next to a horse and carriage with an Amish couple.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
and
that's
they just smile at her and wave politely, and I'm like, that's
Yeah.
the sweetest thing in this whole
Yeah.
movie.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
after all this nonsense she goes through, like, even thinking back, like, now it's even more poignant, because, like, after all the crap that she goes through in this whole movie, it's like, this couple just was like, hey, this is our lifestyle,
Yeah.
hey.
they were just like, don't bother her, and she'll go away.
Yeah, like, you do you, and we'll
Well,
do
I
us.
think
and-
we're setting up here that, if you're a shitty gas station attendant who's just looking at porn and being an asshole, you're going to get blown up. And if you nice and just say hi, she'll wave back.
Now, Elvira goes Amish.
Or-
That's a direction the
Yeah.
franchise could have taken.
I took it as they might have been making a point of even the Amish people were cool with her, yet when she gets to this uppity
Yeah.
Puritan,
Well, that's what I'm saying,
Don't
yeah.
be an other in Massachusetts. Oh, sorry.
Wow. Wow, Brian.
puritanical town.
Mhm. So yeah, she immediately gets in there, and like the
Give me a
secretary
s'more,
from Ferris Bueller's Day Off just rolls up and is like, judging you. And she's like, look at my boobs. How many of you kids want to push my car?
Yes.
And, yeah. And they're like, all of us. And they push her car to the mechanic.
I will say, in this lady's defense, she does immediately just come up and be like, hey, young kids, let's make something happen. Like,
Mhm.
No, she doesn't.
she
doesn't.
is flirting.
No, she's
She is
like,
flirting.
I know I can get them to do what I want because,
Well, yes,
they're adolescent boys who this movie is geared towards.
And just
So-
for the record,
Apparently.
this is the town from Back to the Future, correct?
Yes. It's the same lot.
Yeah.
This lot has been used in a lot of
Like, as soon as they
movies.
pull, like, she pulls in, and I'm like, oh, that's the clock tower right
Yes,
there. And,
yeah.
oh, and all the-
I did not make that connection.
Save
No.
the clock tower.
well, it's like a blink and you miss it kind
Yeah.
of deal. So,
Yeah.
if you're watching...
Yeah, ideally, in most of these movies, they're hoping you won't notice it's the same frickin' town, but it's usually the same frickin'
I don't think that care.
Wow.
So, like, she goes to check in at the inn. You meet one of the other, like, super uppity ladies who runs the inn. And you meet her, was that her granddaughter or something? Faith? That
Was it
Robin.
granddaughter?
Robin. Oh, Robin,
Robin,
yeah.
yes.
Not Faith.
No, I think
Um,
you're thinking of characters from Christian romance novels, Joe.
Yes.
You gotta
Chast-
have faith.
You know how much I love those.
Yeah. Here's the young heroine, Chastity Values.
Mhm.
That's the name of the lady in the town.
That is her name. It is Chastity Values. I
No,
forgot
No,
about that.
Chastity something.
Chastity Pariah.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, so
Subtle.
yeah, basically you find out that there are teenagers in this town that just want to cut loose, and
loose.
they just need somebody to let the conservative town council let them have a dance, or in this case, a midnight showing of Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
They just need somebody to let the right one in.
Yeah,
Or It Follows.
is the door open again?
No, that was Neighbors.
Oh, okay.
Bunch of giggling girls.
Yeah.
Maybe they want to join our party.
No, they don't.
All right. So she's like, "What's there fun to do around here?" And like, "Is a bowling alley?"
Why you gotta block your own cop?
I'm good. I got me a lady. I'm good, man. I'm in a good position.
It's your problem, Rob.
I was speaking for these Bachman Jacks. So you were saying, Joe?
It's not important. We're going to a bowling alley.
No.
Actually, this scene is kind of important because one of the two goons here is reading the Spider-Man comic we mentioned before. And, his commentary is a little irritating to listen to, but, he might have some valid points.
True.
We'll call him Hot Dog.
Hot dog, yeah. And he hands the comic over to the other goon,
Greaseball.
Greaseball.
He was in
And,
Greece.
yeah, who immediately just took it and ripped it in half.
Yeah.
Like an asshole.
That's an immediate face punching from where I'm
Yeah,
from.
they should have just had a fight right there.
We're not big on reading in these parts.
Yeah.
That is very true.
Yep. Instead,
We'll
they're
get to later.
yeah, they're like, oh, well, there's Elvira. Let's go put the moves on her.
By moves, they mean
Yeah,
harass
attempted
her.
rape.
Yeah.
Well,
like-
their moves, which is attempted rape.
Yeah.
Move my hand to her breast.
Yeah,
Yeah, I will introduce myself by shaking your boob.
and she dumps their drinks on their crotches.
Appropriate.
I mean, that's how I introduced myself to my wife.
Yeah, and now they're like,
You let her shake your boob?
Yeah.
and dump her drink on his crotch.
definitely that.
It was love
When
at
that
first
happened,
sight.
he knew it was
Yeah.
love. So, yeah. So now they're like, all right, well, we're just gonna fuck you up then.
Like legit, they went
Yeah.
right straight to violence.
Oh yeah.
So, but she has this knife she wears on like as a belt buckle. She pulls it and stabs him with it, but it's a toy knife, so just the spring goes back in. But that pisses one of them off.
For a second, he thought she stabbed him.
Yeah.
He's like, that's not the first time I've been penetrated today.
But from across the bar, you see
Bob the
this
robot.
Bob the robot guy, and I'm guessing some girl who's sweet on him. Patty.
That's Robin.
Yes.
Or is it Patty?
Patty.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Patty.
Patty is sweet on Bob, but Bob's staring at Elvira. He's like, let me go,
I'm getting
let me
all
go
my
knock
characters
out Kaneki
confused.
real quick or whatever.
Yeah.
Patty's a classic butterface. She's got some.
Views and opinions of Michael DeRosa.
I am not. This is not my opinion. This is.
And you can't even blame this on Margarita.
Yeah.
I mean, you could.
Oh, it's not Margaret. Oh, yeah.
That is,
Margaret.
Yeah.
This is my second glass. But no, that's how they set her up. They're like, yeah, she's not as pretty as Elvira, but she's just as stacked.
Well,
Is what they're
Yeah.
peddling here.
The this whole movie is written by Elvira and a 15-year-old boy.
Yeah.
That's this movie.
And
15-year-old boy was
Roger Corman.
no John Paragon or John B. the Genie.
There you go. No comment there. But so Bob he's Rod from Birdemic. I mean, that's just, he's ready to sell some solar panels, right?
Pretty much.
I don't know what the hell's wrong with this guy.
He's just so dumb. He's so dumb. And it's like you want it to be charming, like he's charming dumb, but he's just so dumb.
Well, I think, and again, I might be overthinking this movie more than they did.
Yep.
I think the idea is he's as dull and bland but good looking as most women are in the other movies. Like he's
Yeah, like a
just the
gender
love
reversal
interest.
of the roles.
Yeah.
You know what? I mean, that's very thoughtful. I don't believe for a second that was their intent.
Well, that's the problem because
So I give all that credit to you. That was a good call. That was a good move. If you had made the movie, I'd be like, "That's a very good idea. You know what? Good job, Tony. Reversing those roles. You know, giving it to the people." But yeah, all right.
Yeah,
so
the
we'll go
one
with
problem
that.
I have with giving them credit for this, well, not the one, the biggest, is as you pointed out when we were watching this, they do not do subtlety.
No,
It's
not
not
a subtle
not
film.
not at all.
I don't know.
You got tits? I want tits. Give me them tits.
Yeah.
And they pretty much say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, he's the culmination of the town. Like he represents the town pretty much. Like he's a product of that environment. Like so, soda pops and whatever. And,
He's a
G-rated
good old boy.
movies.
Well, no, he's not.
no, 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 no.
Yeah.
Steve Rogers.
He's a big Boy Scout.
Yes,
Yeah.
there you go.
I will point out though that he doesn't come to the rescue. He merely evens the odds, and Elvira takes care of her dude, and he takes care of his.
Yeah.
Oh, he routinely
Yeah.
just shows up to be like, "Are you okay?" After she's handled the problem, and she's
Yeah.
like, "Thank you so much."
She's like, all right, I'm gonna hit that.
Well, yeah, that's. I mean, that
This
is
is
the thing.
happening.
It's more. I want to have a reason to thank you.
So this makes Patty, resent her because Patty's like, I'm the town hottie.
Look at her flaunting her stuff like that.
Yeah.
And Bob's my man, apparently.
Mhm.
Which, yeah, I don't like. We get no implication that they had a relationship, right?
It appears that she wanted something and he was just there.
Yeah.
Like, because he's oblivious to everything that,
Yeah.
whatever. So I think he had no idea that she was into him.
Yeah, you have to put in his emotion chip first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the problem. I feel like they were dating for the past 5 months, but he didn't know it. Like,
Yeah,
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's yeah.
pretty much.
She
So actually-
considered him to be hers.
yeah, so I feel kind of bad for her.
He just showed up at the bowling alley.
Well,
'cause
you
he
wanna-
just constantly got lost on the way home.
Yeah, you want to feel bad for her. Like this next part where they're walking back to Bob's truck, and she is just so assuming that the moves are going to be put on her, or he's just going to grab her tits or something, that she stands there and closes her eyes and waits for it. And he just gets in his truck and
Well,
drives
she was
home.
into it
Yeah.
for him.
Well, yeah.
She was trying to kiss him.
Yeah.
But he was like,
And I meant,
it's like, I think I hear a mountain lion. I better
Yeah.
get back
I
to
meant
my
I felt
cabin.
bad for Patty.
Oh,
But,
okay. All right.
Yeah, but no, Elvira is just like, I'm really landing on thick, and he's like, I'm thicker. Let me go.
No, but the funny part is, like, when she leaves to kiss him, his car is real far away.
He
Oh, He walked past her leaning forward with her lips pierced.
It was so far away.
He's just like, God.
He's a man of good Puritan values.
Yeah.
It's not proper for him
I
to
think he's
just
just
go around kissing the ladies.
He's just
stupid.
slow.
It's a little bit of both.
When he's trying to read that letter to Elvira, I mean, that's pretty much cements it.
I think they're going for what John said, but they ended up more with what you said.
Yeah, it could be.
I think it's a little of both. It's like, I'm a good Boy Scout. I'm also dumb as a brick. So,
Yeah.
but
if he were not reading a letter from her great aunt and maybe, I don't know, very hungry caterpillar, it might have gone differently.
But he does spend most of his time rearranging that marquee, which he spells most of it right.
Yeah, but he only got 4 words on it out of like an 8-word movie.
He apparently puts closed on it every night, so
That's true.
he at least knows how to spell that.
He also doesn't put the words in order for some reason.
What?
Well, so later in the movie, there's this whole joke about he's like how to make wild adventures, how to make duck calls.
Mm-hmm.
He gets wild adventures, how to duck.
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't you just put the letters up in order so you could space them properly? Why would you put duck up first just for the joke?
Yes. I think that's really what it doesn't matter.
I get it in terms of the
Well,
joke, but
as somebody who's had to do one of those before, sometimes you already know what letters you have up there, and I usually take down all the ones that I don't need, and then I brought out just the ones that I'm going to add.
It's also
how often do you think they had duck up there?
This town, a lot.
It's also likely he was not putting up the whole name.
It's an F5 tornado.
It probably said
Better
truck
duck.
at one point.
Yeah, it could have said truck or luck,
Truckosaurus.
buck. I don't know. Anyway, so we now have the will reading, where you have like 2 of her servants, yeah, and then her brother Vincent. And then Elvira just smashes in through this room and starts acting really obnoxious.
She's talking about taking a shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah,
we all do that. So.
I believe she destroyed the bathroom first.
I believe she said it looked like a science experiment.
Well, yeah, no, I don't think she destroyed the bathroom. I think she wanted to, but someone already had.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Yeah, she's saying the bathroom at the motel.
Yeah, looked like a science
terrible.
experiment.
Yeah.
Where's the Lou? I gotta go kill a brown snake if you know what I'm talking about.
So yeah, this scene, you're just like, please end. Long story
A
short,
lot of scenes are like that.
yeah. The servants get a little bit of stuff. She gets the house and the cookbook and the dog, and Vincent doesn't get anything. And yeah, that's it. Move on to the next thing.
Well, yeah, she's doing the fake crying and all that. And
Yep.
I did kind of want to smack her because she's like, "Where's the money? Where's the furniture?" I'm like, "It's in the fucking house.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Go
And
go
so
check out the house."
Vincent's all upset because he wanted the cookbook.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, I'm gonna get the
Apparently.
cookbook somehow.
Yeah, apparently it means something, and I guess the 2 rapists are his drivers.
And to this movie's credit,
Wacky.
every time I wrote, and this is why it took so few notes. Well, one of the many reasons I took so few notes.
Also, you can't read. Yeah.
I can't read it right. Yeah, there's that too. But the cuneiform that I wrote down, the pictograms, were like, how is this family made up? Like, who's her mother if she's got a great aunt and a great uncle and they're not related to each other? Like, but they answer it in the movie. And then I'm like, why doesn't he just ask her politely for the cookbook? And they answer in the movie. So I will give him credit for that. They do answer plot holes, ? I guess.
Mostly, yeah.
So here's what the movie changes gears a little bit. So Vinny, walks out of his office, and Chastity Pariah comes up to complain about Elvira.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Don't worry, I'll get rid of her. I just, let me do my thing, and I'll she'll be moving on." And this woman just keeps complaining, so he just straight up vampire dominates her. He's just like, "Shut up!" And
To completion.
yeah, to completion. And yeah, I'm like, "Oh, we're casting spells now." Okay,
Yeah. It's that kind of movie.
it's like that.
Also,
Yeah.
don't you guys wish you had this power at work?
Yes.
Just extra chatty people and just be like, "Go away."
I mean, not if you have to hold them.
No, fair enough.
Yeah, I don't want to touch any of my coworkers.
No coworkers, no customers.
Well, if you got a magic wand, maybe.
Usually, I just look angry, and they just leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah, it's been working for me for a long time.
Yeah, no, I continuously back away. And then once I reach a corner, I run.
Well, you're in a position of power, so you don't really have a lot of options for
Well,
yourself.
if one of my employees walks by, hey, you're taking care of this customer now. Pew!
Once I was like no longer in management, whatever, I was like, I don't have to be nice to everybody anymore.
Yeah.
Fuck that person. Fuck that person. I'm not talking to you.
I've spent
I'm not talking to you.
the last 15 years carefully curating myself as someone not to be talked to or interacted with on any
Even by
level
his
at all.
boss.
Especially by my boss.
Well, it's Rob. He's going to show up. He's going to do the thing that Rob does all the time.
That is correct.
And then he's going to go.
I will do my job. I will
Yeah.
do it well.
I wish I had that power.
The less interaction you have with me, the better it is for you.
Yeah. For everyone.
For the world at large.
Anyway, so she goes back to the creepy house, and she looks all disappointed. And I thought, she would really...
It's her perfect house.
Yeah, I thought, exactly. I thought this would be great for her.
Yeah, we have weird shifts in tone with all this stuff. Because, that house matches her car. Like, you think she would love it.
Yeah.
She wanted one that was in good condition that she could just sell and make the quick money to go back.
Okay, I'm
Zanzibar?
not that makes more sense, but...
Yeah.
It matches your spooky car.
Yeah, it's a creep house, and you're all creepy.
So she
enjoy
walks in, meets the dog, sends the dog outside, immediately gets goosed by the floorboards, and
Even the house is touching her inappropriately.
she gets her cookbook. She's like, whatever, I don't care about that. The dog comes back in, takes the cookbook, and hides it. And because this is like she talked to Vinny, and Vinny was like, she's calling him Uncle Vinny. He's like, yo, I'll buy that cookbook from you for $50. She's like, deal. He's gonna come by later and get it.
Yep.
What you call it? So now she takes the dog and 80s glam rocks the dog up.
80s it.
Just 80s it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just pushed it through the 80s machine.
Actually, like 80s/90s is it.
Mhm.
So this is 1988. So
Yeah,
1988's
1988's it. Yeah.
I mean, but 86 is to like kill it.
Whatever. It's punked out.
She glam gothed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's now called Gronk, and it's adorable. Gonk, sorry.
Which would have been funny if they just replaced it with like a Gonk droid from Star Wars. Just a big stupid box with legs.
I love this dog.
No, I thought you said Gronk, and I'm just like, just have it played by Rob Gronkowski.
Yes.
It'd be pretty
I
interesting.
believe I did, and that's probably what I was thinking.
He may not have been born yet.
No, I just
That's
edit
sad,
him
but
in
true.
now. He'd do it. So anyway,
You do it for free, chicken.
so now we get the critical kids playing Peeping Tom scene.
Yep. It's the 80s, so
Yep.
you know what happens.
They watched Animal House. They figured out that looking in through a lady's window is the
And
thing you can
Monster
do.
Squad.
Yeah, and Monster Squad.
I
Monster
like how-
Squad, they at least got to an elevated position and used a telescope
Yeah.
And
Like
a
a-
camera.
In this scene,
and a camera.
like she puts on clothes as she takes, like she's wearing this low cut dress that like you can tell she's not wearing any kind of stuff underneath it. But like for this scene, she pulls the dress off. All of a sudden, she's wearing a corset. Like that your boobs were not that covered, but like they added
Yeah.
clothes
Well,
to just
That happens like two or
just
three
for-
times
yeah,
in
So
this
here's the
movie.
thing. And just,
for the scene. Like,
just for the sake of anything, listeners, prepare yourselves for a moment of misogyny. It's just
Just a
how it's
moment.
gonna go.
Just yeah, I mean, I would assume with this title of this episode, you'd
just
be expecting that.
outright. But yeah, you can definitely see an outline of nips in this. But I'm a little disappointed at how little.
PG-13.
I know, but still,
it's all about the imagination.
Yeah, though her whole thing is
That's true.
I
This is-
flirt and I show cleavage, but
Right.
you can't touch.
right. And this is catering to a 1988 crowd. We didn't have the internet where it's just like I could go online and see Elvira's read everything right now. But
She's a redhead.
yeah, and you can definitely tell.
I don't remember if they showed more. She was in Diamonds Are Forever.
Yeah,
Was she?
yeah. Not as Elvira.
Obviously.
So you might have seen more there. I
I'm
honestly,
not up on
I don't
all the
remember.
Bond stuff.
But she was also in like a couple of magazines where she just like showed her.
Yeah, I know about that.
Yeah.
12-year-old Brian knows about that.
If you know how to internet, you can find these things.
12-year-old Brian knew how to.
Yeah.
He figured it out quick.
He got that. That 56K modem.
28.8.
28.
I'll see you in 2 minutes.
2 hours.
2 hours, yeah.
30-something Brian knows that too.
All right.
He had it rubbed out before the picture even loaded. You're
Yeah.
Oh,
You just saw it just like the top of her hair.
Yeah.
my 386DX. Oh, I remember those days.
How come you couldn't at least make it to the top edge of the nipple? Like,
Nah.
It's like,
No, not 12-year-old Brian.
Yeah.
shit, I gotta put in
Like-
another AOL free disc.
Yeah. Fucking.
I don't know. Come on.
Got to about the eyebrow.
Yeah.
Wait 4 hours for one picture of Cindy Crawford.
Yep. And hope it wasn't a fake.
Mm.
Oh my god. You know, get this on my dot matrix printer.
So anyway,
We are bad people.
yeah. So she catches them. Besides immediately like being able to add clothes when she's undressing, she walks into another room and then is immediately in like a bathrobe and a mask and like her hair's done up and all that. And the kids just fly off the windowsill they're clinging to,
Well, she
crash
saves them.
on the ground.
I like how she catches them.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Like, she catches them, and she's, like, not shocked, whatever. She goes,
Yeah.
she's basically like, yeah, it's probably going to happen. But next time, be smarter.
Yeah.
She slams her fingers in the windowsill.
Yep.
Like, bah!
And these kids fall a good 2 stories.
Yeah. I'll point out, she also, to these kids, it basically is kind of like, you know, if you come and actually talk to me tomorrow, maybe something could happen, but don't probably pull this shit on me.
Say goodbye to these.
And they land in a pile and like look at the one Polaroid they took, which he had the flash on too. So I mean that's kind of a dead giveaway. But anyway,
She was behind the
well,
changing
there's a
screen.
thunderstorm going on, so it could have been lightning.
Mm.
Yeah. She wasn't behind the change station. He took it when she was walking from the changing
Yeah.
thing to the bathroom.
But she still had clothes on.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, no, there
she
was
was
topless.
topless.
Yeah.
Oh,
She was
okay.
facing the other way, so I don't know how much they actually
Yeah.
saw, but
It's imagination.
So this kid's like Janine from Ghostbusters. She's like, "We got one,"
Literally.
and that 2-story fall is totally worth it to them now.
Oh,
Yeah.
My leg's broken. Fuck your leg.
Fuck your leg. Look at this in the hospital.
what am I going to do about my legs, Charlie Murphy?
I'm already growing a crutch as we speak.
And Johnny's just dead. But it's all worth it. Because I got this Polaroid.
He's not dead. All the blood in his heart just went to his dick. Wait a few minutes. He'll be fine.
All right. So yeah, she goes to sleep and a ghost wakes her up. She has like a little dream sequence.
Yeah.
Wanders around to like the attic and then sees like a creepy old lady in the window. I mean, in the mirror,
Yes.
and wakes up. And the kids are back with a whole bunch of paint, and they're ready to do some work. And
Question.
what's that?
Yeah.
Oh, is he going for a 3-peat? Okay.
Listen, I'm not working for the next week, so
We're on vacation.
Start drinking now. We don't stop till it's over.
This scene is funny because the three kids were helping her out. Like, they enlist the help of other guys to come help out, but charge them to come help out.
And like a true like 13-year-old boy, like he saw like just like Elvira bending over, like sanding the deck or something. Just one glimpse of the ass. He's like, "Yeah, money, good, take it."
Here, take my money.
Yeah.
I will sand her entire deck just for that one view.
Even though there is like a 0.00001% chance that I could pull this off, it's worth it. We're gonna, I'll work for free all afternoon.
Yep.
No, I'll pay.
Negative. I'll
Yeah,
pay you.
I'll pay to work all
I'm surprised-
afternoon.
They got some ladies in the mix here, too.
Mhm.
Well, because the girls are like, we're
All
just
the
going to help
boy-
her out. We're just
Yeah.
nice people. We're just nice human beings. We're going to help out the new person in town.
Or they
I
want to
guess.
keep an eye on the boys.
Yeah, and all
Some
the
of that
boys
too.
are over there.
Some of that, too. I think Robin likes one of
Yes.
those three.
But it's still just, I mean, Robin had an interaction before and everything, but it is kind of like why are you people nice? Because all your parents are dicks. Like, where did you learn this, I guess?
it's not about learning anything. They were like, let me see what I get out of this.
No, for the guys, yeah, but for the ladies,
Well,
surprised.
and it's always a general rule of thumb that the younger generation is going to be more open and accepting of different things than the older generation.
Until the internet.
Well, until 2017.
When everyone's just been given an unbridled access to their own opinion.
Well, yeah. Oh,
All right.
but anyway.
So now the house has successfully been painted every possible color.
Yes.
It's grotesque looking,
Yeah.
but she loves it.
And
It's like purple and blue and green and
It's a little stupid.
neon green and yellow and,
And this is again where I'm like,
magenta and like.
why are you into this? Because now it's not spooky and gothic like she is,
'Cause
and
it's
it's not good enough to sell.
It's a house for idiots. And that's who lives here and that's who frequents the place.
It's different,
It's
like
different.
her.
Yeah. She's not necessarily goth. She's just different.
I believe she calls it fabulous.
yeah.
It is fabulous. I'll give it
yeah.
that.
So now we cut right to Kurt Fuller's dumb head.
He has a dumb head.
Yeah.
God.
And I'm like, oh, he's going to put the molest on Elvira so hard.
Sure.
Like just the moment you saw him in the movie.
Creeper.
Yeah. Because, I mean, that's all Kurt Fuller really plays.
That is what he does a lot.
Yeah.
It's Creeper.
So, yeah, we get the town council meeting.
I mean, it was either him or Clint Howard.
Yeah. But see, Clint Howard can at least be good-natured. Kurt Fuller is always
Always a dick.
a dick.
More importantly,
But even when Clint Howard is good-natured, you're still like, what's this guy's angle?
Well, yeah, but like it could at least be like he doesn't realize he's being weird.
I guess.
more importantly, no one's buying Clint Howard as an upstanding citizen of this town
Yeah.
to get on the council.
That's true.
He is the guy that stands a little too close to the school. That's about it.
It makes my eyes rain.
Oh god.
So the town council's just like, we gotta get rid of her. Kurt Fuller's like, I
Hate
got
squad.
this. I'm gonna go get a house sold right now. And like he lasts like 5 seconds before he just tries to just straight up put the rape on her.
It's just like, oh, by the way, here's my dick.
Yeah,
Like for real. Like what did he think was gonna happen? Like
he does the sex tackle move. Like he just
does-
knocks her
he
over the
legit
counter.
Knocks her over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He trips. I'm
Yeah.
doing air quotes. And he falls right between her legs over the
Puts
couch.
his-
Yeah.
puts his junk in her butt. He's like, so, there's lots of ways you could sell a house. You can maybe, put a pot of apple cider on the stove, or maybe bake some cookies. Also, maybe put my penis in your mouth. I don't, you do a lot of different things. Maybe put my penis between your
Yeah,
breasts,
but
put my
like,
penis
so-
on your shoulder, or
so
under
then,
your arms, or
Very quickly, she tosses him the fuck right out.
Oh, she walked
throws
she
him
walked
out.
right up next to him and hit Fierce Punch and fucking gave him the throw like that, like Ryu's like rolling throw right out of the house.
Right out of the house.
He was like, would you suck these balls? No, wait. What I mean is, would you suck these balls?
She was like, nope,
Nope.
fuck out.
Yeah.
Still
Get the
no.
fuck
no,
out.
they're gross.
I like
And-
how she threw him out.
Your head
And
is
then
a
the
smooth
dog
out.
is like, fuck you, and chases him out.
Yeah.
Starts biting him.
She basically threw him out of the film. Like he's pretty much done.
Oh, he's gone.
Yeah, I think he might be at the
the
barbecue.
barbecue.
No, he's
Yeah.
still in this, but he's totally a background character from
Yeah.
here on out.
She's like, get the fuck out of here, Kurt Fuller. So now she's going around town to try to find a job, and the two goons working for Vincent come by to ransack her house, and they just raid her edible panties.
Yeah, what is this montage, by the way? She's like, they're playing this music. She's walking from store to store to try and get a job. And like, they're just showing Chastity and her friend or
The hotel
some
lady.
Yeah, the hotel owner. Like, just in this weird chipmunk voice, you can't
Yeah.
actually hear what they're
So
saying.
they're sort of fast forwarding what they're saying, but not really.
Yeah, but like, you don't, it's just gobbledygook. And
Yeah.
they keep cutting back to it like it's important. Like
It
you're
is
trying-
important because they're gossiping with the whole town.
See,
and
but they
telling
should
them
show
not to
other
do
town
It's not-
members.
Yeah, it's not
Yes.
the whole town. It's
Yeah.
just those two
Well,
people.
that's the problem. I think it's supposed to be them talking to the whole town, but the way it's shown, you think they're talking to each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like have a split screen where it's like all the different town members around
Yeah.
the screen.
Oh no, I totally agree.
Yeah.
This is not well edited here.
Or the different shop owners that she's going
Yeah.
into, or anything. But it's just these two women talking in chipmunk voices. You can't actually hear what they're saying.
I could have used one scene where she's talking to a shop owner, like with the chipmunk voice, and he's in the other like bubble that's edited up on the screen. And then after she hangs up, he just puts the gun to his head.
But it's in chipmunk speed, so it's
Yeah.
too fast to get an
I
R
would
rating.
totally
Yeah.
also be okay with like one of the shop owners talking, in the chipmunk voice or whatever, and then puts the phone down, turns around where she's about to apply, and he still sounds like a chipmunk.
Yeah.
No reason.
But yeah, so she can't get a job because the townsfolk are blackballing her, really.
Yeah.
Oh.
And these
because she's different,
these
She's got
shitty
big
goons
boobs and her ass is kind of nice,
Yeah.
so can't have her in there.
and these
She's
shitty
not
goons can't
approved.
find the book in her house.
Because her appearance does not match that of the town. That's
She's a woman of loose moral values.
Yes. I
So
believe
this
they
is-
specifically say that.
This is the scene where she goes to get the job at the movie theater. Well, she goes to the movie theater, and Bob's like, "Oh yeah, the town gossips are shutting you down." And she's like, "All right, well, I'm going to climb up on this ladder and show you how to spell matinee, because apparently there's only one E in it."
Because you're an idiot, I'm an idiot.
Yeah. So she's, swishing it to Mateen, and then, yeah, here's where you get the, she's holding the E just right so it looks like an F, and it gets put in front of Uck.
That's all that was for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the whole joke.
It was.
Also, the setup for that was the D falling, so she got hit in the head.
Oh, yeah.
Duck.
Yep.
Yeah.
But she's like, "I got an idea. Why don't you let me show some really bad movies at your movie theater, and we'll invite the kids from the town."
It would have been funnier if the D from Wild and the D from Duck fell and got stuck in her front.
Nope.
So she was like, "I've already got D's there," and then threw those away.
Nope.
And then Bob would have been like, "You got these nuts."
He wouldn't have got it.
And
He wouldn't have gotten
And
would
it would
not
have been
have
the
got it.
first appearance of in a film.
And then Bob would have put the gun to his head.
Exactly. Roll credits.
Actually, we can prove he wouldn't get it because I believe it's around here. We get a bunch of those lines like, "How's your head?" And she says, "I haven't heard any complaints."
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And what was the other one?
Haven't gotten any complaints so far.
Chastity. He's talking about chastity or whatever. He's like, "I thought that cleared up."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a joke.
Yeah.
Oh, he says Chastity Pariah's name because they're talking about her
Being
and,
blackballed.
and the other one, gossiping and getting her, shut out of being hired, and she's like, "Oh, that cleared up."
Hence, Elvira's got the herp. So get yourselves tested, everybody.
All right, so she goes to the local diner, or the teen hangout, like the Peach Pit of this town, and I did just make a 90210 reference, Tony.
Wow. Well, I mean, Tony got it, so I don't
Yeah.
know which of you should be more embarrassed, really.
I think both of us are. Anyway, so yeah, the kids are like, "Yeah, we really can't go to the movies because our parents will beat us with
The
sticks."
principal will expel us.
Yeah. And so she's like, "All right, I'm just gonna go hang myself in the oven," which
She makes the most terrible.
They
line.
were bad, but there were two jokes here that did kind of get me. One was "I'll go hang myself in the oven." I was just stupid enough; it got a chuckle out of me. And the other was "the principal will kill us, so will our parents too." And she's like, "You even kill your parents?" Like that it was dumb. But I giggled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These only work on the kids because the town is just dumb.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and that's the whole. She's playing up how sad she is, and how this is tearing her apart. That's also why the putting my head in an oven or hanging myself. And she's hang myself in the oven.
So she just gives him the crying act.
The crying game.
You get some fake
Yep.
crying again.
And
She gives him the crying game. It's
Yeah.
totally different.
it totally works.
It's a mad baby.
But Patty's been spying on them the whole time, so she knows what's going on. So she's like, "Just remember me by two words, any two words."
As long as they're simple.
Yeah.
Big
all right.
tits.
So cut to movie time, and now all the kids are sneaking out of their houses. Some mischief. You see, what's her name? Robin puts on her heels, does her hair all nice. About 80s nice. Yeah.
This was another one that we had a bit of an editing issue because they don't show it's Robin. It's obviously her. She's hidden these, nice shoes because her parents won't let her wear them or whatever. But because the next time when we show Patty, it starts with her wearing similar shoes. I was like, was that Patty sneaking out of the house? Like, what?
You really thought that was Patty sneaking out of the
For a
house?
moment. Because we just see the shoes. No, we see very similar shoes in the curtain.
Mm-hmm.
And then you pull the curtain back and it's Patty. And I was like, oh, what? Because when I saw the shoes, I thought it was Robin.
Let's talk about that curtain for a sec. Because, as they're getting ready for the show, you see Robin is snuck onto the set.
Mm-hmm.
But it's given away... I'm sorry, Patty. is given away by the points of her shoes sticking out from under the curtain and the points of her nipples sticking through the curtain.
Well, the points of her breasts.
Of her bra,
Points
right?
of her, yeah,
She had-
points of her
she-
bra,
She
yeah.
had the cone bra.
Yeah.
Like 1950s
Yeah.
housewife bra.
So she sneaks up to the rafters, and we get some Attack of the Killer Tomatoes being played at the movie theater.
Oh, yeah.
Which, honestly, I need to see that movie.
It's on the
I
list.
have not.
You
I
know,
have not
legitimately
seen
on
it.
the list.
I remember I saw it when I was around the age I saw
Yeah.
Elvira. Like,
I was proud of the fact that it just showed the group of people running with the guy with the parachute in front, and we all immediately knew his Attack of Killer Tomatoes.
And
I remember the TV show. I mean, well, the cartoon.
cartoon,
Yeah.
We actually have a former co-worker that was actually in Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. So, so yeah, I'm interested in that movie coming up.
Yeah.
If
When
anyone
the
wants to
D20
sponsor
fate,
an episode.
when the D20 fate decides it can, behave itself,
Yeah, or that.
gets taken off of probation.
So, it's time for her grand finale, though. It's Flashdance time. She's a maniac.
the plan
Maniac
was
on the floor.
to have a bucket of glitter go all over her after her performance.
Bob's like, that sure sounds swell.
Yeah, I'd like to put a bucket of glitter all over you.
No, literally, he wants to
Yeah.
help her out. 'Cause that's
Yeah.
what she wants to do.
It's Bob. He's desperately stupid.
So performance is going on, flash dancing. She's doing all the moves and shit like that. They have a double doing all the flips and shit like that.
Yeah, not even
Oh, God.
Not even.
Not
not even
subtle.
subtle.
It's
Like,
real bad.
Oh,
Well, although-
Elvira's suddenly flat and Asian. Nice.
What's funny, though, if you slow down the Flashdance scene, whenever she's doing the breakdancing, it's Crazy Legs, like the breakdancer. And you see it's like she hulked out and gained 50 pounds.
Cynthia Rothrock suddenly
Yeah.
steps in.
But the cuts to try and you see the silhouette of her doing the backflip, and then it just cuts to her face upside down, as if we're supposed to believe that
Yeah.
thing.
She's a
she's
steel
basically
town
just
girl
doing a headstand and bouncing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
on a Saturday.
So, she pulls the lever for the rope for the grand finale, and it's tar.
Yeah.
And then
And then-
she gets feathers dropped
Yep.
on her.
Wah wah.
And
Yeah.
Patty's laughing like crazy.
Laughing her tits off. I mean,
Yeah,
if you
comes
say
later.
so.
Comes
You
later.
don't get ahead of yourself.
Yeah. So,
I like she doesn't alert anyone to this, so the
Right.
kids don't get in trouble. They're like, "Oh, that whole thing meant nothing."
No, she got one up on Elvira. That was
Yeah.
her own personal.
Oh, personally, yes,
Yeah.
but I mean, just the whole thing complaining about the principal would kill him. Like, it meant nothing.
yeah, the kids just sneak back. Well, except for Robin and whatever the guy here that
Herbo.
Robin's fancying. They go back when Elvira takes a gasoline bath.
Wait, do they even get names now? Think about it?
I don't know.
Yes.
The three boys.
Yeah.
Oh, it was like Rod, Jim,
Beavis, Butthead.
Ducky.
It was
Porco.
If it was Rod, Jim, and Rich, that'd be kind of funny.
It was
could
Tony,
be.
Brian, Rob, Joe,
Yeah.
sometimes Will,
Mhm.
and guest star John. I believe.
All
are
right.
the people.
So, she's like, you know what? I could still salvage this night. She's like, kids, get the fuck out of here.
let me do my ping pong ball act.
Yeah.
It was funny because at one point they're drinking beer. That's white candy, just beer across
Beer
it.
on it.
But Bob bends over to pick something up, and it just zooms on her face staring at his ass, and she's like, "Kids, get the fuck out!"
This is happening now.
And the boy is completely oblivious, and Robin is like, "Yeah, we should go."
The boy's not oblivious. He was staring at Bob's ass too.
Yeah. He's like, I want to watch this to
Like,
its
I could
completion.
get in- I could get in on that.
So anyway,
Let's make this happen.
Bob's like, well, I got something to eat. Let's go to the truck stop. She's like, nah, I'll cook for you.
Yeah.
She finds the recipe book.
Yep.
The dog hid under.
Let's
under
go to
the
the
cushion.
stop.
Yep.
Again, I want to point out though, the movie they watched started at midnight.
Yes,
Then she went home and took a bath.
yes.
They watched more stuff for a little while. Now they're cooking dinner. It's like 4 a.m.
Yeah. And she's like,
I'm gonna make a casserole.
I'm going to cook a casserole.
Yeah.
Oh,
Shit,
that
it's
is a
4 in the
joke.
morning.
Yeah. 4 a.m.
She's cooking. You're doing a podcast. Come
Yeah.
on now.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. We're not trying to be down to clown right now. Like, we're not. So here's the deal. If I'm trying to lay it down on a lady type, I'm not trying to be like, let me cook you a heavy ass casserole. You want some hamburger helper before I try and get in your panties?
Well, she was looking through that cookbook and couldn't read it.
Yeah.
because it was in like
Yeah,
Latin.
it's called.
There's nothing you
So-
can cook.
I found a recipe. It's called spotted dick. Let me see if I
Yeah.
can find the ingredients in your pants.
It's 4 a.m.
Wow.
You're trying to make something happen, and you want to
That's
feed
not the
him.
first time Rob's used that line.
You get strawberries and whipped cream, and that's about
Yeah.
it. Like, if
you're-
anything from that
Yeah.
recipe book is going to end up like that Hulk Hogan sex tape, where it's just going to be like,
God.
man, I ate too much pork.
No, it's a
What?
Have you not seen
What?
that?
No.
No.
I believe we've hit a new segment called Google, but don't Google.
Well, yeah, when you can, the end of Hulk Hogan's sex tape, he just gets out of bed. He's got like a banana hammock on or whatever, but he just kind of like is scratching himself.
I would like to
Lets
point out the
a-
fact that Tony has apparently seen the Hulk Hogan sex tape.
Not the whole thing.
That's what I point out.
Just the part
Yeah,
with
he only got
the good
about
bits.
3 minutes
Yeah.
in. You know what I'm
That's what I
saying?
point out that me and John have not seen.
Yeah, just you. It's just you.
One of us would have probably seen it.
But anyway, yeah, he scratches himself. I forget if he farts or he belches, but then he just goes, "Man, I ate too much pork." Like that's it. It's just,
And Finn, roll the credits.
I think. Again, I didn't like. I saw that clip.
Yeah, it's what's it's another wrestler's wife he's sleeping with too. Huh?
Elizabeth?
I don't think it's Miss Elizabeth.
No.
Because I think we would have heard about that.
It was like one of his good friends' wives.
It's a
Oh,
wrestler
okay.
with a
All right.
real dumb name. I can't remember even.
Oh,
Lo-
probably
Lo-
Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
no, it's not. It's
Because,
not. It's a dumber name than
because
that.
yeah, Ed Leslie would do anything
No,
Hulk
it's
Hogan
not
said.
that either.
Well, that's Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
Yeah, I can't remember the dude's name, but it was a dumb name.
Dum Duggan.
Nope, not dumb.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So yeah, she's like, I don't understand. Like, why wouldn't she just be like, hey, you know what? I'm thinking Arby's. How about a roast beef sandwich?
so basically, this
You
whole,
would just be like, Arby's gross.
this whole scene.
She'd be like, you
Wait.
could put your own horsey sauce on it.
we talk about this whole scene. Like as they're watching TV before she decides to cook, he's as far as he can be away from her on the couch,
Yeah.
and I think she still expects him to be like other dudes in it. Who,
Yeah.
you know, like the horn dogs. Or whatever. He's not that guy.
Just naked already.
Yeah, he's like not that
Yeah.
guy. So she's like, what the fuck do I gotta do to get this dude? This is new for me. Like,
Yeah.
what do I gotta do? Like,
She expected while she was in the kitchen, she'd come back to find the naked man.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a whole casserole.
so she's like,
She was like, "Why don't you set the table?"
Mm.
so she's like, I guess I'll cook something. And because she found that the recipe book under the couch where the dog hid it, she goes, I'll make something from this. Now it's weird language. The ingredients are fucking earthworms and
Just raid the alchemy cupboard here.
Yeah. It's all
and
this-
this,
She doesn't
Weird
even
ass-
follow the recipe
No.
correctly.
No, she's stupid. She's like, hey,
Yeah,
earthworms turn guys on, right?
it's like this. It's like the Latin name for an earthworm is the first ingredient, and it says one.
Right.
So she finds the jar with that label on it,
Puts one in the pot.
puts one in the pot, then looks at it, and then just dumps the whole jar.
fuck
in.
it.
she does it for most of the ingredients. So dinner's ready, puts it on the table.
Casseroles are known
Well,
aphrodisiacs.
hold on. So I will say her attempts to save this dish
Yes.
are somewhat valiant because her exact words are, "This smells like cock-a-doodle."
No,
So
no. She said it looks or it smells good, or she tasted it, and she was like, "That's good," but it looks like cock.
that's right. It looks like cock-a-doodle. So she covers it in easy cheese, sits on a bag of chips, and then sprinkles that over the top.
Yep.
Which works.
Like done.
Yeah,
I mean-
it usually does.
Yeah.
She could sit on a bag of chips and sprinkle
Yeah,
it on
so-
me. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
And so she puts it on the table, and she goes, "All right, time for dinner." Opens the lid, and this fucking monster comes out.
The frat
No,
zone.
it
the
is the
frat
fright
zone.
zone
The
monster.
frat
Yeah.
It is the fright zone monster. I will say, those who've listened know I'm a big proponent of dumb puppet
All
monsters.
6 of you now. We have 6 listeners.
You know what, Brian? How about you shut up? We got plenty of listeners. More than 6, like at least 8.
Yeah.
Why,
Okay,
why
all
you
right,
gotta downplay
all right.
it?
Although
like
All right.
5 of them have been on the podcast. So.
5 of them are in
5
this
of them
room.
are in this
Well,
room,
four,
yeah.
4 of them are in this room. I don't know about Tony. John listens sometimes.
We'll have story time with John later.
All right.
I'll have a heartfelt story for you about
I will say.
He's going to beat us.
He's gonna heart punch us along.
He's going to explain to our audience why they should turn this off immediately and never listen to us again.
You're going to be like, concealed carry, bitches. But, so, this puppet was actually pretty decent.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Looked good. It was a flawless transition from the pot into the sink.
Yep.
Had the tail come up. I was impressed.
It was thrashing around in a nice
Color
manner.
me impressed. Best effects I've ever seen in a Roger Corman film, personally.
That was the whole budget. Was this
It must have been. Like, they did a really good job. Like, it was slimy looking. They had the
I
slime.
guarantee that Cassandra here was like, you know what? My life has been spent watching these shitty horror movies and sci-fi things and whatever. Like,
I know how to do it right.
Well, at least we need to put money into this. We need to make this look decent because otherwise we're going to end up on my own show.
Yeah, no, and it's not the first time
But why-
Elvira's been attacked by a puppet.
Why do that with that and not everything else?
They do a decent job for most of this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and like this is the second inkling in the movie of something supernatural.
Mm-hmm.
This one's like smack you in the face. Here it is. But beforehand, you get the dog shadow changes to Rottweiler at one point. And then his whole when he grabs what's her face and says, no, like she'll be taken care of at some point. Like I thought that was more of a like just shut up, leave me the fuck alone. Like you piss me off versus mind control. But you take it either way. But those are both kind of like minor. This one is like it's fucking the witchcraft.
Yeah.
I believe in magic.
And Bob handles it like a champ, apparently. Because he's like, oh, there appears to be a monster in your casserole.
Yeah.
Let's dump it in the sink.
I believe he just simply says, where did you learn to cook?
Yeah. So,
you summoning demons now?
To be fair, when you've only eaten SpaghettiOs prepared by your mom for your entire life up to this point, when you're 35, 6,
no, he's eating bags of chips that she sat on. His mom.
who hasn't?
Yeah.
Is he Duddits in this scenario?
Huh?
Never mind. That'd take too long to explain.
Gilbert Grape up in here. So whoever was
Close
saying.
enough.
Yeah. All right. So now the movie goes a little downhill. We go up to the attic, and this whole scene is just disappointing. So this is like the big reveal of the story. We go in the chest. She's like, "Oh, look at all this junk," and then Bob finds the letter to her and attempts to read it to her.
My God. Oh my God.
It's kind of painful to listen to.
It's like a second grader's book report.
Yeah.
which may have been on purpose. That actor might not actually.
Literate?
As dumb as
You leave Simple Jack alone, right?
All right, so basically, like, Vincent's after the book. It's, he needs it on some, like, night with an eclipse, and,
Her
he'll
mom
be awesome.
Was a sorceress.
Yeah,
Let's
she's
clear this
descended
up.
from a line of sorceresses.
Is her mother Morgana from Arthurian legend?
Maybe.
No, Morgana was her great aunt.
I'm sorry, her great aunt from Arthurian legend?
I
probably.
believe so.
Well, it does say they've all had extended lifespans.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not explicitly spelled out.
I mean, granted, Cassandra Patterson has had an extended lifespan. She looks good. Just
But,
saying.
Hagrid shows up with this
With a
awful
birthday cake up his ass.
sort of. If by birthday cake up his ass, you mean this baby.
Oh, please don't talk about the baby.
So, all right. So while she's reading the letter,
I can't do it.
it's flashing back to
I can't do it.
to
Rob's leaving.
to her past, and the
Peace
letter says,
I resign.
Rob's done.
When your mother passed, I wanted you to be hidden from your uncle, so I sent you to with my familiar Rottweiler to be hidden away at this orphanage where I knew they would take care of you, and I gave you a ring, an amulet to keep you safe. So it shows this baby in a basket, and the baby. If you ever see Muppet babies, if you took Miss Piggy as a baby and like covered her with Elvira's clothing, that literally is what this baby looks like. Like,
yeah.
the makeup is done in such a way where it looks like she has a pig nose. It's how it's done. It's how it's done.
It's straight that scene from the Muppet movie with the Muppet babies, but
they put the eyeliner and the fake eyelashes and the eyeshadow and lipstick
you
on
dial
the baby.
back the pig by like 2%.
Just a little bit.
Like,
just
Not much.
Like you know it's a baby, not a pig. Like you know that, but it is not flattering for the baby. Like and the baby looks like, what the fuck am I doing here? Like
it looks so fucking bad.
Confused.
It's confused as baby.
Which also now I'm like, so wait, is this makeup or is this like a birthmark? What am I supposed to believe with this shit? Did you take time to doll up this baby to whore it out to this orphanage?
So that didn't pick up. But yeah, so at the end of this, just a little rant. She's like, "Oh, I got powers, whatever. Let me
Let's try them out.
let's try them out." So she
You're a wizard, Harry.
she picks a spell. It sounds like moolah. So she's like, "Oh, it means money." So she reads it out. Lights go out. All of a sudden, she's like, "Oh, Bob, I didn't know you were so happy to see me." And, and she's like moaning and shit like that. Bob's waiting across the room.
It's like I'm just gonna keep my eyes closed and assume it's a beautiful woman.
You beat me to it.
Yep.
So
Clyde.
Bob lights a candle, lights a lantern across the room, and she's holding a snake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just, oh, Bob, I didn't realize you were so big and
like,
long and prehensile and
scaly,
Yeah.
like,
kind of slimy. And do you have a
Snakes
tongue?
aren't slimy.
Now, I mean, I can't really bring myself to hold a snake, but I'm assuming it
John
doesn't
has tried
feel
many
like
times
Bob.
to get you to hold a snake.
Yes.
He's tried many.
Yeah. John, you've held a snake and a Bob. They don't feel similar, correct?
Well, first of all, I don't call it Bob.
Yeah, but
Secondly,
If I may.
No,
Your
you
cock's
better-
out there this big?
You may not. You resign, sir. Get out of here.
yeah, that was about a 6 to 7 foot Burmese python that she had.
well, she had, she had grandiose expectations for
and-
Bob.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some videos where
All right, maybe we better not go down this rabbit hole.
So she throws a snake across the room, and it immediately just combusts.
Bursts
in
into
flames.
flames.
Whatever.
And she's like, that made me wet.
Jumps in Bob's arms. Bob's like, "Oh, you want to fuck?"
It literally is that he just realized.
He did.
Then she grabs him. She puts one leg around him and moves his hand onto her, and he's like, "Oh."
Yeah, he has this look like, "Why didn't you say so?"
I'm telling we were so close to having a scene.
Okay, A, you're going to have to explain how this works. B, I am already done, but give me 10 minutes.
just of all the places too, like they could have done it on the couch,
Oh, yeah.
whatever.
She has a big bed downstairs.
Where he decides that he's going to just go with it is in a pile of filthy junk.
Yeah.
Well, he had a spear boner going on too.
Yeah.
So,
On the ashes,
Well, no,
on the
he
ashes of
didn't
a
have a
dead
choice
snake
in the matter.
monster.
Yeah.
boner.
Yeah.
so watch
No
The League.
reason.
The League is all like you're scared, you're boner.
No. Like NSP sums it up very well in the song "No Reason Boner."
Okay, well, there's a difference between no reason. Boner.
Well, yeah, no. There's three kinds of erections.
Yeah.
Yeah, one is sexual. One occurs in periods of nervous tension, and then the third kind's harder to explain. It's the no reason boner.
nervous tension.
Yeah, you don't have those periods, but you would understand if you felt fear.
If you watch The League, there's a whole episode about that. So
But seriously, we are like just one eyelash away from having a scene where they're on the couch together, and he's like, "I don't know if you like me, but I kind of like you," while she's grabbing his hand and pushing it up her dress. Like that, he is dense as fuck. So he did just now realize she's down for Pound Town.
All right, so
Exactly.
That is the worst way.
What am I looking for here? It just feels like a spaghetti jungle.
so now we cut.
I don't even know what I don't even know.
You're welcome.
Just fucking around. Like
You're welcome.
So now we cut to the worst picnic ever.
Oh, or
Best
is it?
/ best picnic.
Yeah. Well, it starts off as the worst picnic ever, and
It's the town moral immorality club.
Yep.
Potluck.
Yep. So this band is just producing awful sounds, and everyone's basically doing nothing, and it's time to eat. Elvira slips one of her casserole dishes onto the table, and hides in the bushes to watch shenanigans ensue.
Yeah.
Somebody made a Tic Tac pie.
Yes, that was in the movie.
That
Is that
happened.
a real thing?
I hope not.
Like I'm sure
Yeah.
it
Would
probably
you
is.
would you even try it?
No.
Well, you'll notice nobody was taking it.
Yeah.
No, I just but I mean, the way you just said it now was like somebody actually made a Tic Tac pie. Like it's like some sort of legend you've heard about, but
No.
never actually saw.
And it wasn't even the good Tic Tacs. It wasn't like the orange ones. It was the shitty white
An
ones.
orange Tic Tac pie I might actually try.
So
Not
let me
the
throw-
amount of Tic Tacs that were up there, but maybe if there were some scattered
If you had a
throughout.
creamsicle cupcake with orange Tic Tacs on the top.
Yeah.
That
No,
might
that
work.
that would
Yeah,
work.
that might
No,
That would
doesn't
work.
work because Tic
Well,
Tacs
do it,
aren't
well.
something. Tic Tacs aren't something.
Listeners at home, this pie appeared to be just chocolate pudding
Yep.
in a pie, crust
Mm-hmm.
with Tic Tacs just
Oh,
dumped on
it's
the top
exactly
of it.
what you'd picture when I say the words Tic Tac pie.
Well,
Well, when
no,
she
because
first-
for a moment there, even I was thinking like just pie crust with Tic Tacs baked into
No,
it.
I was honestly like when she first said it, I was like, oh, it's just a pie crust, but the crust is like cut up to look like a tic-tac-toe
Tic-tac-toe.
board.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh,
Wrong.
that's good. Yeah, wrong. It was just hey, here's chocolate pudding with Tic Tacs on it. Everyone here is returned.
I will argue. I know you don't like mint, but chocolate and mint tends to go better than if this was chocolate and the orange. As much as I love the orange Tic Tacs.
You can't
No,
really
but-
chew on Tic Tacs. though.
Yes. Oh, there's lots of problems with this pie. I'm just
Like I said,
saying.
if it was a creamsicle like cupcake with
Yes.
orange on top.
That could work.
I mean, you still have other problems.
Any
Right.
of our friends that bake creamsicle cupcake,
Definitely try it out first, though.
try it.
I'm not baking you a creamsicle cupcake.
You're not my friend either.
We've established this before.
Oh shit!
Where's my?
What
Rob is reaching for his emotional support.
what
Spider-Man.
episode was
Yes.
it? Was it that Joe had complaints on? He wasn't here one day. We hurt his feelings.
No,
All right.
Rob, I don't like you. I love you.
Oh,
Too little, too late, Joseph.
but
I really wish you'd stop
so-
before that second part.
Elvira is hoping that is assuming that the monster's going to pop out
I
of
don't know
her
if I
castle
get
dish
that
again.
from my wife all the time.
So Chastity comes up to the dish. She's like, "Oh, what's this? I haven't tried that yet." And she's disgusting. She lifts the lid off,
Just
puts her raw fucking finger in the
Yeah.
fucking dish.
Fat
To
sausage
taste it.
finger.
I'm like, you are disgusting. What are
You
you?
double dipped a chip.
Yeah.
Who raised you? Like, what
Yeah.
are you doing?
That
We're
shit
just
would
one
not
big
fly.
family here.
Yeah.
No, we're not.
I understand
No,
she's like the
Yeah.
town matriarch, but that shit would not fly at the morality club.
no.
No.
That would get you whacked with a ruler.
Yeah, if that's the case, I'm dipping my balls in it and see
Yeah.
if she wants to eat
I
some.
don't care if I'm married to I don't care if we.
that kind of party.
I don't
Yeah.
care if we share body fluids on the reg. I'm not putting my finger in some food and then being like, "Hey, you eat that food," or
So-
vice versa.
Turns out, John, it is that kind of party.
Somebody brought a boombox.
yeah. Yeah. No, I mean,
They
that's
did not
exactly.
know the power. Of
Yeah, that was exactly what I was thinking. 'Cause
Yeah. So this freaking boiled goose starts eating this.
everybody started having sex.
Yeah.
The
Turns out-
music was far too powerful.
Turns out she messed up the recipe again because I guess she was out of earthworms, so she used hamburger helper.
Yeah.
So
Just a bag of dicks.
yeah. So of course, instead of making a monster or whatever, yeah, it's a love potion, and everybody just starts getting down.
The
At one
band
point-
starts playing some sensual.
Which
Sounds-
they weren't. The band didn't even have it in the cupcake.
No.
In
No.
the
Oh, they just
festival.
saw what was
They
going
were
on.
like, all right,
No, they're like, oh, it's an orgy now. Okay.
Yeah, it's. I've got a saxophone. It's time for the saxophone. Let's make this happen.
Yeah.
So apparently, Charity is a freak when she gets horny. Because
Oh, yeah.
at one point, there's one guy. I don't even know why he's laying down.
he was just blissed out on
Yeah.
because he was high from the
Just mounts that
She
shit.
walks over to him, stands over his face, and goes, "Is this face taken?" And then sits down.
Yeah.
Like,
So
what?
freaking
I've had dreams like this.
Yeah. frickin' Patty over here is looking at Kurt Fuller, who displays his wiener, and she displays her taco.
No.
Literally.
Wait, it was an empty taco shell. I'm like, who the
Yeah.
fuck keeps empty taco shells around?
They might have
you
had a
seen
taco
her?
bar there.
She looks like the type of person that just eats empty taco shells.
You can't see my face right now.
Yeah.
But I'm like, come on, man.
She would go to a taco truck and be like, "Just give me a shell."
No. If anything, this is one of those
Can I have
picnics
the-
where
can
it's
I
like,
have the
here's a couple
fillings?
taco shells,
No,
here's some meat, whatever, make your
a
own.
taco, it's just a little too ethnic for me.
Yeah, that would not have been at this.
That's
It would not have been.
But for the sake of the joke, he holds up a hot dog.
Yeah.
Says, remind you of anything?
The taco shells are there to dip into plain sour cream,
Yes.
and that's it.
Cottage cheese.
Well, yeah, I do like. We didn't even go the easy route of just having it be a bun.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah, like a hot dog bun.
Yeah.
Come on,
but
Yeah.
that's not slang for vagina.
it is though.
But buns.
Or it's like a butt,
Yeah,
and it's
buns,
still,
but
it's not
still
taco.
works. It
Yeah,
still
That
works.
does-
It would work, but the taco was more blatant, which is what
Yes.
they're going for.
So now,
So she eats it too.
She puts the hot
Yeah.
dog in the taco and then eats it
so
as
now
much as she can fit in her mouth.
we get some drama because Patty sees Bob just fuck off, Kurt Fuller. I'm dait with you.
Wait, well, first I just want to know because Elvira put this thing, and
Yeah.
Bob's like with her watching this happen, and some old lady, grabs Bob and starts pulling him into this
Yeah.
orgy, and she's just like, "See you later, Bob." Like,
Yeah.
I know I'm into you, but fuck it.
Elvira can sort of share, just not with Patty.
But it's not like he was cool with it. Like, it's not like, hell yeah, Elvira, I'll be right back. I just want to jump in this orgy, and she was like, okay.
Well, he
fine.
knows
They
if
were dancing. They were just dancing.
yeah, he knows if he has to, he can get
She
away
was
from his old
focused
lady.
on something else. I forget what
Yeah.
she was trying to get to.
When in Rome, bang little boys, I
Yeah.
guess.
So
Sorry.
anyway,
Too funny.
Patty runs over, grabs Bob, and it's like, "Oh, Bob, that's a nice hat. Give me lots of cash." Elvira's like, "Wrong."
So,
I do not like your cottage cheese size.
so is this the point where? At some point, Uncle Vincent shows up and threatens Elvira at some point, whatever. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh yeah, while she's hiding in the
Yeah,
bushes.
But now Patty's all over Bob, and Elvira's like, "Nah, I'm not having this. This ain't gonna work." So she goes and breaks it up, and Patty's like, "I'm feeling real full of myself right now because I'm bigger than you. So I'm gonna push you to the ground."
Mm-hmm.
And literally just knocks her the fuck over.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
Elvira ain't having
She
that
makes
shit.
a prostitute
that.
joke while she's doing it.
Yep. She gets up, puts one hand on her shirt, pulls her fist back and knocks her the fuck out, but rips off her shirt.
Knocks her out of her shirt.
Knocks her out of her shirt.
And bra.
And bra.
And boobs.
And boobs, because it was all pads. All the cone thing was pads. So they all get a good laugh at that. Patty's like, "Ooh."
Yeah, this is again. I feel kind of bad for her. Like,
No, Patty sucks.
she kind of sucks.
Like, that's
but
fucked up.
Everyone is laughing at her now that she's topless. And they're just like, "Oh, we thought you were kind of cool, but now everyone thinks you suck because you have tiny boobs."
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
that's
that's
fucked
fucked up.
up.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
That shouldn't actually matter.
yeah, the moral
But
of your
she
movie.
still sucks.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she sucks.
The 4am podcast loves breasts of all sizes and all genders.
And remember, the town is all high on crazy casserole,
Yeah.
so
But
that's
it's-
partly why they're being so.
Oh, but this continues later.
Maximum
but
wassassarole?
we have a thing where it's kind of like, oh yeah, you have small boobs, so you are like less than in garbage. I'm like, that's not a good, moral to have in your movie.
I mean,
about
yeah.
boobs. Like,
Yeah, this movie's
All right.
not
a
about
So-
15-year-old in Elvira wrote this movie.
I know. I know.
So
Jambi the genie.
we cut
And
to the
Elvira.
town council, which is now bringing up charges of witchcraft.
Well, Uncle Vincent.
Yeah. But before that, someone said something about being painted in apple butter.
I missed
Ooh,
that.
what? I
That
missed
that is
too.
in this scene.
Yes, there was a lot. Being
I'm pretty
thrown about it.
sure that the slang phrase for apple butter had not been invented yet. But yeah,
What is-
Also-
wait.
What?
What is the slang phrase for apple?
apple butter, the dried poop around your butt.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right.
that's new. That's new.
Yeah,
Yeah.
new to
That's
me.
new
Yeah,
for,
I didn't
for the
actually
purpose of
know
this
that.
table.
All right.
Let's get out Urban Dictionary.
Okay.
Please
While
don't.
you're at it,
Let's
Please
not.
don't. Please
Yeah,
don't.
let's-
I also want to throw out, though, while we're at this, there are a lot of charges, but including Kurt Fuller saying, I didn't go anywhere near those sheep, I swear.
He just say that. Oh, but in
That'll do, pig.
basically the meaning is like they want her gone because
Yes.
they're trying to figure out who's to blame for this. Uncle Vincent walks in and goes, Elvira's to blame for this.
Also, quick side note. We got this table. I'm sorry. We got this table, the council, whatever, and they've been talking. This is like the second time we've seen them having this little meeting. And Vincent doesn't walk in. He's just there as part of a whole crowd that's apparently a part of these meetings that I didn't know was there. Did I miss that earlier? Or
Wow.
because we just finally cut to like basically where the fourth wall would be, where the camera usually is, and there's just like a whole jury of people watching this. And I was like, wait, what the fuck?
I have not been keeping tabs on the continuity
Fair enough.
of the film, to be honest.
I just thought that was kind of funny. So anyway,
But
yeah.
So Uncle Vincent's like, it's Elvira's fault, and he's like, there is an old law in the books. He pulls this giant ass leather bound book that's hundreds of years old. There's an old law in the book that we get her out of your hair permanently. Just have to. It says that no one can do any sort of spell casting or whatever. Basically witchcraft, and so yeah.
Also, there seems to be a law in here that says ducks need to wear pants.
And couples are not allowed to kiss on weekends.
I don't get the reference.
I think that's a legit Connecticut law, actually. Like, couples aren't allowed to, like, kiss or in public or have sex.
I hadn't heard that one.
Well, sex in
But-
public, yeah.
But
Not public, just in general.
yeah, oral sex is technically illegal.
In
They
Connecticut,
call them
or
blue
just-
laws. Yeah, in Connecticut.
There are all kinds of blue laws.
I believe sodomy also.
Well, in that case, Matt, I apologize.
I apologize.
I didn't mean to implicate you.
I apologize if anyone didn't get the reference, but that was from The Simpsons when
yeah.
they had the whole prohibition thing.
Joe
Um,
is currently destroying my
Yeah,
bathroom.
there's lots of
With his apple butter.
yes.
lots of stupid old laws from when the Puritans founded.
Which apparently comes
settlements.
with old style justice too, because we're gonna burn her at the stake.
Well, immediately she's in jail, and immediately they're cutting wood to make this.
They killed 30% of the Amazon rainforest just to burn this lady.
But in this one scene here, it got Tony at one point because we're watching it, and her and the dog are in the same cell together, and the dog's barking. And she's like, what? Like, it's just, I'm the only one who's going to get it. And it pans outside and making a smaller pyre for the dog.
Yeah.
Tony's like, no!
Well, yeah, because it was like, oh, Gunk is in the jail too. Poor dog. And then they showed that, and I was like, no.
Gonk's like, well, luckily I know teleport. I'm out of here.
Polymorph.
Yes,
Polymorph, yeah. My bad.
Yeah, he's just like, fuck this, I'm out.
Mhm.
Turns into a mouse.
Yep.
And you
And
see the kids are trying to break her out. They're on the roof with a saw.
mhm.
But keep in mind, stupid babies need the most attention because these kids choose the wrong cell that she's in.
And they sawzall the roof in such a way that they all fall through
Yes,
it.
yeah.
And now they're all captured.
Apparently
Yeah.
they all stood in a circle and just cut around themselves.
Yeah, they basically underworld their way into here.
Wow. Yep.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So Bob goes back to get the book from the house, and Vinny either Vinny or one of the goons just smashes him over the head with the bottle, snatches the book, and they tie Bob up. So now Vinny's got the book, and Gonk finally reaches the house, gets Bob free by turning into the big Rottweiler, and Bob's on his way back to help. But it's too late because Elvira's already on the stake, and Patty comes up and lights it on fire.
Like the whole town
Yeah.
is chanting for her to be burned.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
This town went from super nice to you deserve to die because you're different from us. Like,
And the sheriff is about to light the pyre.
Yeah.
The guy who, of all of them should know that this is not legal for them to.
Oh, yeah.
But that's the thing, it is legal. They talked about
Well,
it. There's a
yeah.
loophole in the
Yeah.
law.
Well, it might be legal for them to charge her with witchcraft, but it's no longer legal to implement the death penalty for
Just
it.
randomly kill people.
So Patty comes up as he's about to light the fire. He goes, "No, Sheriff, what you're doing is wrong."
Mm.
And for a moment, we think she's had like a moment of redemption. She's like, "You need to light it in multiple places so it'll catch faster."
Just start with her cooch. Put it right in there.
You know, he turned into a mouse and ran away.
So much hair.
Oh, wait, I thought you said pooch. Never mind. Sorry.
So,
Wow.
yeah, Bob shows up, tries to save the day, and like he can't put the fire out. The town's just like, whatever, he's not going to do anything. Then Elvira's like, oh, wait a minute, ring of power.
First she goes, oh, that's right. They didn't tie me very well.
Yeah.
Her hands are just free.
Yeah, I think she hears a voice.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think she hears like her great aunt's voice or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Morgana's talking to her.
Yeah.
Ben
There's the
Kenobi.
words from the letter.
Yeah,
that
and the
were
dog
left for her.
flashes its eyes to remind
Yeah.
her that she has this ring.
Da, 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 da.
Yeah, she gets her hands
You
free,
got
she's
the
like-
touch.
I was going to go with, I have the power.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was thinking she was
Like,
calling
it's
down
that.
Captain Planet.
Okay.
Godzilla?
Yeah. Maybe.
We've established that Godzilla is Captain Planet.
Yeah, and it starts raining, and it just
Really
puts the
is.
whole bonfire out.
Yeah.
But no one gets wet.
Well,
No.
Elvira certainly does.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Only
once
for a
again-
minute.
But once again, she's like, "Thank you, Bob, for saving my life." And he didn't do anything.
Yeah.
She did it herself.
Well, she's down to clown. So
Well, that's yeah.
And now,
That's the thing.
I wonder if she feels that she has to trick him and make him feel he did something.
Oh
big.
yeah, like I said, she keeps thanking him so she can thank him.
yeah.
which, by the way, is rape.
No, he's not that dumb.
He is that dumb.
It's questionable. I've seen worse, but
Mr. F.
yeah.
Oh.
So,
How would you feel if somebody came after somebody stupid in your family?
Like, I wouldn't put it on her yet, but I would say we should give him an IQ test before they go forward.
Easy 4.
so now Vinny's like, all right, it's Clip's time. Let's do this. I'm a fucking ghoul now. Like,
He just straight starts turning into Palpatine.
yeah,
Let's erase the moon.
yeah,
Like literally, it's not being eclipsed. It's just being erased.
yeah.
Nothing in front of it.
No,
It's just leaving.
It's like the worst CGI moon as it is anyway.
yeah. So all like the ringleaders of the town council here show up to Vincent, and they're like, "Oh, hey," and he's like, "Oh, hey, you're all pigs."
I
They're
think
actually
you meant to
pigs.
say
Pigs, pigs, pigs. Just doing like the wavy motion with the noise that she made.
baby. Elvira isn't a
And
So
yes, at
I
this
do wanna
point,
point
I
out-
was like, I want to watch Willow instead of this.
Really?
I know a bunch of people who are like in their late 20s, 30s, who have not seen Willow, and it kind of bothers me.
Yeah.
I totally believe it.
Did you
I
see
mean,
that?
it's
Yeah,
not.
I mean, there's plenty of them that haven't seen Star Wars, like the original
Yeah.
Star Wars. So.
But Willow, I mean, is not like that. I mean, it's not like a turning point film or something. It's not like
Really?
It was
This
for
is-
me.
We know, Joe.
For some of
we-
us,
we were
it
in-
means a lot, but like it's not that well known.
I was just
really.
pissing myself in the back of a station wagon. I was really.
But yeah, but if you're like, name the best movies of the 80s, Willow's pretty far down that list.
yeah, it's not coming.
I mean, just from what comes to someone's memory
Yeah.
first, like,
And now, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. That's
that's number one.
that. I had a sexual awakening during that film, and this is the first time I've seen it.
He was just like, oh!
That's what you do. I've never consummated any of my marriages.
So you're Bob.
Yeah.
All right, so this gets even stupider. Like, Vinny's on the warpath here. He's going after Elvira. He fucking choke slams Bob and the dog. Throws the dog out. Just straight in a dumpster.
Yeah.
Slams the lid on it.
Yeah, poor Bob. Oh, Gonk.
Yeah.
Also, though, what the fuck? Like, you can't turn into like a tiger or some shit? Like,
Who?
God damn it.
Who can't turn into a
Gonk.
tiger? I mean, sure, a tiger in a dumpster, I
Yeah,
guess.
he could turn into a Rottweiler.
Could have
but
at least
that,
turned into the Rottweiler.
that wouldn't
Yeah.
have stopped Uncle Vinny from choke slamming him, though.
We know we can do that.
Maybe you can't turn into anything bigger than what you originally were. Maybe just only
Turns
smaller.
into the
You know, I-
Rottweiler.
I don't
Maybe
think
because he was originally a Rottweiler.
I don't think
Oh.
we ever specified that he is a poodle.
Yeah.
Oh, we did not.
Yeah, he is a toy poodle.
Right.
That she then shaved and dyed his fur, put like some spiky belts on and stuff.
It was
But
hot.
I mean, yeah, we don't know the extent of his powers or anything, but I was just like, dude, you can't do nothing? And now you're in a dumpster.
At one point, oh no, it comes. No, doesn't she hit him with that bazooka now?
Yeah, so that happens right after this because she's kind of trapped in the alley, and he goes to do some force lightning at her. She blocks it with the ring. So she's like, oh, I got the ring. Okay, I'm on equal footing. She's like, well, take this. And unbeknownst to her, the editor was working with Uncle Vinny because the ring just flies off of her finger and lands on his in a shitty jump cut. It's just like, boop, it's saying it's on there. And he's like, I can't believe that worked. And Elvira just runs. He's still dumbfounded by how easy that was.
Literally.
Somebody
Take
Adobe
this.
After Effects to the ring onto his finger.
It was the motorcycle from Escape from LA. Whoop, I'm right in here. Don't you worry about it.
She goes to the Army surplus store and just gets the bazooka that, Army surplus stores in the 80s did have.
Yeah, every small town has one.
Yeah.
1988. It's
I mean,
possible.
falling down.
Yeah, falling down, commando. Like,
That
they're
dude-
just there. In the 80s, you can get it at a...
That dude, I definitely
surplus
believe has
store.
So
that.
here's the, when did Aliens come out?
86, I think.
Yeah.
On 86? All right.
Some, before this.
Because this was straight up a scene from they
Yeah.
were totally being.
Well, Rambo.
She put
Yeah,
on,
you got
on the
more
Rambo
Rambo.
bandana.
Yeah.
Was it a Rambo? Because I was getting like Ripley vibes because she was holding like kind of.
She looked kind of like Ripley. I think also because she is a woman, it helps. But
no, it wasn't even
No.
the vagina situation. It was she was
I
holding a
wouldn't say
like
that.
basically a pulse rifle with a grenade launcher option.
Well, but Rambo is notorious for being able to pull a rocket launcher out of his pants.
All right, well, we'll
Oh,
see
if
what
you wanna
happens
reach
in
aliens.
Rambo 2019.
Mm.
If you want to reach the aliens, it could be that because what's her name? In Rambo, one of the troopers. I mean, not in Rambo. In Aliens, one of the troopers. She had a red bandana.
Vasquez?
On.
Yeah, Vasquez.
She had but that was because of Rambo.
Yeah.
but
Yeah, but
Anyway.
she had a tank top and she had the bandana.
She also has
Anyway,
really big
She
boobs.
ripped her skirt off,
Yeah.
so she was just
yeah. So either way,
so,
pantyhose in there.
Yeah.
hits him with a bazooka. Doesn't do shit to him.
Yeah, no, the high explosive anti-tank rocket, nah, no effect.
nothing.
No effect. The shoe draws blood.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. So, I guess he blocked the rocket with the book, and the book has thus far shown to be kind of indestructible.
Yeah,
Well, it's like
I guess.
it's like a problem child prune.
Yeah, indeed.
I'll give it that.
Anyway, so now, like, she runs away, loses the headband going through a fence. This dude, follows her. She trips in the graveyard, as, you're ought to do. So he corners her, and he's, like, throwing lightning around everywhere, yelling some magic words. And she just,
Join the dark side.
yeah, picks up her shoe and just throws it into his skull.
Yeah.
Just embeds it in his head.
They call them stilettos for a
Yeah.
reason, Joe.
Yep. It draws blood and everything. And he's like, oh, that hurt. And then she has an interesting way of bypassing padlocks.
How's that, Joe?
I mean, she's not really bypassing it. She's
She's-
Busting through?
Yeah.
she's boob passing it. If I
Indeed.
may say so.
Yeah. Just the act of shoving her rack through the two sides of the doors is too much force for this rusty padlock to handle. And it just bursts and the chain comes off, door flies open.
It's a political message, Joe. It says that your breasts will get you into situations and out of situations that you never thought you could.
Indeed.
Not a parking ticket, though.
Yeah.
No, not a part.
They-
Well,
and-
she didn't really show those off. She was
Yeah.
she made stupid jokes.
And
Does nothing
they,
but show those.
yeah, they are a key, if you will,
Yeah,
to the lock
of Hollywood.
of Hollywood. Yeah.
Boobs are magical. Moving on.
They are.
Indeed.
They are magical.
So,
We've lost about 35% of our audience at this point. So,
So that leaves one person?
what are we talking about? Wait, what?
I don't know.
How?
Anyway.
Explain to me your math. I want to see it on paper.
we've been talking about boobs for like an hour and a
Does
half.
your
Tony's
shirt
brain
say-
is
Almost 2
done.
hours.
Does your shirt say pink?
I think Tony's just drawing boobs on the paper now.
He
as
is
his-
drawing
anyway.
pictures on the paper. Well, I mean, that's not
It's almost 2
unusual.
hours now. So
Yeah. All right, moving this along.
No,
he's
it's
drawing a
over
dick.
2 hours,
yeah,
by the way.
No,
That's not.
it's a middle finger. All right. Anyway, so she goes back to her house. Sleazy McComb guy tries to like grab her, and he's like, "I didn't get to rape you before. I guess I'm doing it now." And she's like, "Well, I guess I'm throwing this jar of leeches in your face." He screams. They shake the camera
Holy shit.
like J.J. Abrams got a hold of the movie for a second, and then this dude just Chris Farley's through the door.
Like it shatters.
And he is just out of the movie.
Yeah.
He's just
He's
sucked out to
done.
nowhere's mail.
So then she's walking along. She's sneaking along, sneaking up against the wall that's covered in various medieval weapons.
Joe, it's your favorite.
Yeah, it is. It's the edge bottle of water being poured into a glass. So
Everyone's favorite feature.
Vincent punches through the wall, grabs her like RoboCop style, and she thrashes about, which dislodges a halberd, or axe, and it swings down and just cuts Vincent's hand off.
Yeah.
Which is now crawling around,
Evil
thing
Dead
style. Yeah.
It's got the ring on it.
It's got the
Yep.
ring.
This dude smashes through the wall, and he's just thrashing about. He's breathing fire. Yeah.
I'm Skeleton. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's funny, it's the same kind of fire effect from Master of the Universe.
Yeah.
The cartoon show.
Yeah. He's like, how much longer do I need to thrash her about so you can get the ring from my hand? Blah. So,
Welcome to your doom.
yeah. So she grabs the ring from the severed hand, and he's like, oh, okay, now I'll cast Avada Kedavra, which you'll reflect right back at me. And
Was that Harry Potter?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Don't you worry about that.
This is very similar to how Voldemort dies.
Whatever.
Both times.
Is it though?
Spoiler alert.
I mean, maybe that creepy baby from earlier.
No, okay, so no, it's close to how Voldemort dies if the special effects were the ones from Ernest Scared Stupid.
Although,
All right, I'll buy that.
I hate to ruin this party, but I believe since then, JK has rewritten it so he now eats a bunch of chili and then explodes.
Yeah, no, the cops really have to stop her.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so Vincent's dead, and the house burns down. The book is surrounded by fire. She can't get it. She's like, her aunt reminds her the true powers within her, and she runs out of the house. Cut to the next day. Both Bob and the dog are in neck braces. Bob's talking like this.
Oh God, this voice is so awful.
Yeah, and
He sounds like Eddie Deason came in and
Yeah.
guest voiced for him.
the town shows up. Sort of Lynch Mob style.
Yeah, like saxophones and
Yeah,
Yeah.
some of the town ladies have some food and stuff like that. They're like, we want to thank you for saving the town.
Out of nowhere.
Sorry, we tried to burn you at the stake.
one even says that.
Yeah.
Patty says
that.
that.
Yeah.
Patty says that. Yeah, which once again, we get a moment where Bob's like, you're not a nice person and you're small chested. Please leave.
Yeah, it's like
Okay,
you have
damn
small breasts, so you are not a human being.
Yeah, just like,
The guy shows
need to
up
go.
with her
Makes me
car.
glad I have large breasts.
He's like, I fixed your car. You win at everything forever. And the lawyer shows up and is like, you killed Vinny. You get all of his stuff.
A 15-year-old boy.
Yeah.
And Elvira wrote this movie.
Well, he had a Ron Swanson will, where it's just on like a little piece of notebook paper with some runes. And
Give
it's
this
like,
to the man or animal that kills me.
yeah. It's like, what does this even mean? It's like the person who kills me will understand.
yeah.
She was his only living relative.
Yeah. So she's like, fuck this whole town. I thought this was going to be one of those ones where she's like, well, I could go to Vegas, but I'm going to stay here. Nope. She goes right to Vegas.
Vegas. That's what she wanted to do.
At least Bob went with her, but
Fun fact with that,
Mhm.
it probably was going to go that way because originally, with budgetary issues or whatever, they weren't going to shell out the money for this whole Vegas scene. So I think that's kind of where they were leading. Because they showed this movie to I forgot who was the company, but they showed them what they had so far for the movie to try and get them to shell out some more money so they get the Vegas scene. So I think it was kind of like maybe she'll stay in town unless you'll pay us for it.
well, and then like they were like, yo, she can twirl tassels
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Like a champion.
like a champion.
She started out as a showgirl.
Mhm.
Right. At 17.
Not Elvira, the
Yeah.
actress, Cassandra
Cassandra,
Peterson.
yeah, Peterson.
So,
And it shows. You can really tell the training and
this is
dedication.
quite a musical number that we get to close the film.
yeah. I mean, it's close enough to 1990 that we get a rap number in there.
We get some Devilmen with some nice
Breaking will
cod
come on at this
pieces.
point.
What's that?
Breaking had come out at this point.
Yeah.
A real
Yes.
Blondie-esque rap number.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why it's okay to keep black men in your trunk, apparently.
Mhm.
Wait, what?
What?
Well, I think they were under the hood.
Oh, he was under the
But
hood.
she wasn't.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, she was on top of a car, and then she got off the car, and then 3 black men burst out from the hood to back her up during the rap number, including having their eyes bulge out of their skulls.
Thank you for the context, Joe.
You're welcome.
I mean, I just noticed it was 3 guys with crazy, goofy eyeball glasses on. But, you all can make it about that.
Mhm.
Anyway.
Weird,
Yeah,
quiet.
I just
Yeah.
saw them as backup dancers. I,
Yeah.
I did not notice that what their race was.
Mhm.
Well, yeah. Okay. That part's not so important.
So yeah, so like
It's keeping people in your trunk.
Sexist.
It's it's cheesy.
Yep.
The dance maneuvers are pretty cheesy.
It's a product of its time.
yeah, right.
Absolutely.
It's bad.
But the finale is now she's in a spider bra with tassels, and she makes them twirl.
Yep.
every which way.
Yeah, at first I'm like, oh, she's spinning them around. And I'm like, that actually takes a pretty good degree of skill by
Yeah,
getting
getting
what
them
she's
to
doing.
spin in opposite
Yeah.
directions
Yes.
takes a little bit of work.
Yeah.
It's impressive, but I'm like, if I was in the theater, would this be a satisfying ending to a movie?
A 15-year-old boy
Yes.
and Elvira wrote this movie.
Yes, it would.
Yes.
I understand that. As a movie goer.
Just keep that in mind.
Yeah. I mean, and Bob and
You
her
wouldn't be
agent.
satisfied when you left the theater.
No.
Maybe
Shortly after you got home.
a few minutes of alone
You'd
time.
be- you'd be-
On the car ride. The
Mom, drive faster.
You went with your mom?
I mean,
15, I can't drive.
so
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. John, drive faster.
'cause I'm sorry, on the
Yeah.
bike. Yeah.
There wouldn't have been none of that in the back seat of my car.
just have it in the front seat.
No, there wasn't room. There wasn't room.
No, John would have left you all at the theater. He's like, I gotta go.
Matt would have been like, you're hitting my elbows.
So
His car just squealing down the street, slams on the brake when we get to the house, and everybody scatters in separate corners.
Sorry, Tasha. Oh, wait, you wanted it anyway.
anyway,
Wow.
so yeah, Bob and her agent celebrate like she just won the Super Bowl. Like, like this is the greatest thing ever. Maybe for Bob it is. He's probably never seen anything like this. But
This is what she's been dreaming for
Yeah.
her whole
It's
2
true.
weeks.
That's her dream.
yeah,
It's been a dream for a while. Just,
yep. No, and that's one of the points of the song. Dreams do come true.
yeah.
Oh, is that what the song was?
But there were other things in there. At one point, she said she's like a volcano and she's ready to blow.
Oh, I can see the volcanoes.
Yeah. So anyway, they were the Grand Tetons.
No, I believe it was
Anyway.
Elvira's Haunted Hills.
Yeah.
All right, it is not milking time.
Yeah,
Please.
I think
Yeah.
this one of the episodes is 2.5 hours long.
All right. Movie's over.
It does end that abruptly.
Yeah, it really does end there.
All right, so on RottenTomatoes.com, critics gave this a score of 47%. Audience gave this a score of 65%. That's their thoughts and opinions. And what about you guys and yours? Rob.
Well, I don't know. I really don't know. This movie is so dumb, but it's so harmless. I honestly don't know which way to lean here. I guess I'll lean towards a light recommend because it is harmless, but I don't know. It's just like drinking a glass of warm tap water. It's like you're drinking it because you're thirsty and not because it's going to give you. It's not giving you. There's no vitamins in it. There's nothing that's going to help you. There's no benefit to it. It's just like, I'm just thirsty, so here's something. So I guess in that respect, it's a light recommend. There's not enough, there's nothing really to scratch your balls to be honest with you. And I don't know. I feel like
Is that a euphemism?
no, it's very literal. I just moving on, Brian.
I don't know
Oh,
what to write down.
he said a light recommend.
Oh,
light
He
recommend.
said it like twice in his talking.
He said a lot.
Yeah, I did say a lot.
Let's the important parts. So yeah, this movie is when you recognize it,
It's the same answer.
like it takes until you realize it's a 15-year-old boy and I wrote this movie. Then you're like, oh, I know what I meant for. But it takes you like a good 7 minutes or so to realize that's what, after the 10th boob joke. You're like, all right, that's what this is gonna be. So it's like after that, it's like, all right, it's harmless. Like, but like enough happens in it to be like okay background noise. You know what I mean? So I'd watch it again. You know, but that's a lot of that is 15-year-old, the 12-year-old Brian like
The 15-year-old
nostalgia.
that wrote it.
no, someone older than 12-year-old Brian wrote this movie. He was 15. Brian was 12.
Somebody to look up to.
Brian was probably 10. They probably saw this in 90. But yeah, because the supernatural element of it is almost non-existent. Like, there's no real.
You wish it wasn't there.
Yeah. Well, I kind of wish there was a bit more of it, honestly.
Yeah,
But I wish it was more Mistress of the Dark kind of stuff.
Well, no,
happening.
what you get, you wish it wasn't there.
Right.
It was an origin story.
Yeah. But it's fun to now to laugh at how dumb the stuff is. It's one of those movies like when you watch it, it's just because it's dumb. And it's bad enough where it's kind of watchable. So I'd watch it again. If you're looking for a film, don't watch this. It is not a film. It is something to make fun of and laugh at. Yeah.
John.
Yeah, it's not a good film, but I find it to be an enjoyable movie. I like the messages of, her fighting against the chauvinism. Like, any guy that tries anything untoward with her gets torn up. I like the message of she's going to be who she's going to be. Fuck everybody else. And back to the chauvinism, I like her boobs. I mean, you got a lot of good stuff to look at during the movie.
I like how it fights chauvinism. I don't like the chauvinism.
Yeah, I mean,
She stands up for herself.
Well,
but
no,
she's
he
got nice
understands
tits.
that, he can enjoy them, but he understands
Yeah,
that he can't
look-
just walk over and
look, don't touch.
Yeah.
Which is pretty much the message of the movie.
Yes.
to be honest.
Try to make eye contact. If you fail, well,
Some of these actors failed. You could tell.
yeah. Even
Kurt Fuller failed.
Yeah.
Robin
No,
failed.
when he
Robin
signed the
failed.
contract, he was like, I'm just looking at her tits.
Yeah. Is it okay if I look at your tits the whole time?
No, Kurt Fuller went in and was
Don't
like,
answer that question.
I did the same with Hogan.
He did, actually.
Am I playing kind of a shitty guy in this? I'm a little sleazy.
I am
All right,
now.
I'm looking at her tits the whole time.
What do you mean? Am I playing? What kind of question is that?
Well, we
Was
know.
he
but-
hired?
Typecasted.
But no. Overall, I will recommend it. Maybe not just like sit down and watch it anytime, but especially
When you're horny.
when you're horny.
No,
There's
but-
plenty of other things to watch when you're horny. But you could add it to your Halloween queue.
Yeah.
Like, sure. Right along with Monster Squad and
Nice.
oldies but goodies like that. So I'll recommend it.
All right. I'm gonna be, reiterating a lot of the same nonsense here. It's not a film. It's a fine movie. You know what you're getting into and you'll enjoy it. It's intentionally this dumb. Like, you made the joke about the Elvira's Haunted Hills, but again, that's their joke, I'm sure. It's not.
Well, that's the name of the sequel.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the,
She's fully in on the joke.
Yes.
It's-
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, it's like her idea.
So if you're a fan of Elvira's, you'll like it. If you like bad movies, you'll probably like it. It's a great party movie, or maybe like a hangover movie, or for Halloween. Like Brian said, background noise. It's great for that. So yeah, in that regard, I'll recommend it. It's not it shouldn't be your go-to movie, but you'll have a good time. Joe.
I give it a rating of boobs. No, in all seriousness,
2 nips way up.
yeah, I was thinking about
Oh, I already drew him kind of
what
down.
what letter. He's actually putting that on there. Okay.
Gross.
I was like, what letter grade would I give this film? And I honestly,
D.
Don't know.
I can't even like.
Double D.
Yeah. So I mean, it's definitely it's a
Gross.
pass. It's not a fail. So
She might actually
I could
be
rate
an
it
F.
on that scale. But like, it's fun. I had fun. I really appreciate that Will wanted us to watch this movie because I didn't even know it existed, and I'm glad I saw it. Am I gonna watch it again? Maybe, but like it's not It's not great by any means, though. The supernatural, the effects are very questionable. And so's just about everything in the movie. But it still somehow works, and I enjoyed it. So I would give it a light recommend.
Okay. So that's recommends all around, more or less. So we recommend this movie. So don't have to worry about that. What else we got for the people, Brian?
So, like we had said before, or first time listening, D20 Fate is off for the next few episodes. We are going to
more
be
vacation time than I do.
Yeah, I know. So we're going to be doing
Works harder than you do.
So I believe we have another sponsored episode next.
We do. Which one, Joe?
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yay!
No, that's wrong. That's wrong. Sidekicks.
Incorrect.
Sidekicks. I fucked it up.
That's why I asked you. I knew I would mess it up.
I wasn't expecting to get put on the spot.
We're so professional here.
Well, we're not. That's why we live on donations.
Well, we're not.
It's fair.
I don't get a paycheck.
It's fair.
All the headache, no paycheck.
So, Sidekicks will be our next episode.
Chuck Norris returning to the podcast, and Jonathan Brandis.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah,
Now, this one was not
That's correct.
This was not William, right?
No.
But William had teased making us watch this one when
Yes.
we did Ladybugs.
Yes, he
I think
did.
everybody teased this one. It was
Last time Jonathan Brandis was on this show, it nearly tore the podcast apart. There was a long hiatus afterwards.
Which episode was he on?
Ladybugs.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
Ladybugs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's when we disappeared for a while.
And this time he's back with Chuck Norris to help him out.
Back with a vengeance.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh man, we'll see.
Well, you'll have to spend some time bonding to make sure
Yeah,
there's no drama that tears the podcast apart, because this podcast saves lives.
does it?
It does.
And
Literally.
ruins yoga
Oh,
classes.
do we have a story time
Literally,
with
this
John?
is story time with John.
All right, let's have it.
Okay.
Sure.
Let's have it.
So, I work at a place where I am a manager, and we have delivery drivers. And quite often, these delivery drivers bitch out and don't want to do their job. And when enough of them do that in one week or day, that means that the manager has to take the delivery route out. And I have this problem where if I'm driving on long stretches of highway, I get narcoleptic as fuck. So I have to listen to something to keep me engaged. And this podcast is what it takes to keep me awake.
Aw.
I try NPR.
That's not where you want to
well,
go.
sometimes there's interesting stuff on NPR.
yes.
But you're only good for like one show, and then there's going to be a bunch of boring stuff. So, I've made it up to episode 50 something.
Wow, you're way behind.
Yes, I'm way behind, but I'm catching up rapidly because like
He
yesterday.
doesn't drive that much.
Yeah. But yesterday I probably listened to 4 in one.
Damn,
day.
how long you on the road for?
It
Shit.
was like 11 hours.
Holy shit.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That
I
sentiment is...
should point out also, this truck is full of animals, so their lives are also
Their
in danger.
lives, yes. I wasn't counting their lives, but yeah, they count too. No, I was more counting the lives of people who I don't smash into oblivion in my box truck.
All dogs go to heaven.
And then cover with small animals in the ensuing collision.
Covered in dead small animals.
Were you alone in the truck besides the animals?
This time, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was supposed to have a trainee, but he bitched out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Listen, that sentiment is enough to get past all the Taco Bell and the Wendy's and actually reach my heart.
That's all the cholesterol.
Yeah,
Penetrated many layers of
Triple
fat.
bypass.
chipped its way through.
No, it didn't clean it. Just got past it.
Yeah, just got past it. Just
It immediately seals afterwards.
snuck by. I'm gonna die so young.
Never mind.
So this podcast has probably saved my life
Aw.
and the lives of others.
Aw, well, that's sweet.
I would hug you, but I'm not going to.
I'm all sweaty from
That's,
watching
yeah,
the
that's fine.
That's
Stay over
probably
there.
It's getting really warm in this room.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. If anyone else out there has a story like that, please write in and let us know.
Sure. But in the meantime, we want to thank John for being a guest on this episode.
Thank you, John.
Yes, thank you, John.
We want to
My pleasure.
thank William for sponsoring this episode.
Thank you, William.
Thank you,
Thank
William.
you, William.
And if we've touched your life or your heart,
Or ruined
breasts.
your yoga class.
Or ruined your yoga class. Or ruined your day with our horrible misogyny.
If you have touched this boy in a way that no one else has touched,
What?
It's a line from the movie.
Incorrect.
It's a line from a movie.
I can't continue. I need to start over. If you want to support what we do, please consider becoming a patron. I don't know if you guys know this, but we have a Patreon-only episode of Godzilla King of the Monsters out that released
This week.
last week. Last week.
Released on the...
Yeah, released shortly after Godzilla King of the Monsters came out.
That's 2 now.
Yeah, we have 2. We have one on Avengers Endgame and then Godzilla King of the Monsters. So we do have exclusive episodes just for our patrons. So if you want to check those out, please consider becoming a patron member at patreon.com/4am podcast. If you like what you heard in general, please consider subscribing for our episode archive merchandise store. You can buy stuff. For more information, check out our website at 4ampodcast.podbean.com. You can contact us by following us on Twitter or Facebook at 4ampodcast. And of course, if you want to tell us some stories, you can email us at the4ampodcast@gmail.com. It's the 4ampodcast@gmail.com because apparently 4am podcast was already taken or some nonsense.
I don't know.
That's craziness. Craziness. We're the only ones you need to worry about. Either way, I do apologize for all the boob jokes this episode. We do have female listeners, and I want them to feel comfortable listening to our podcast. I don't know what I'm talking about. Well, somebody else wrap this up.
But
Well,
the whole movie is boob jokes. How
It
do you
really
not
is.
say
It really
boob
is.
jokes?
That's why I started the episode like that.
Yeah.
I miss boobs. All right, anyway.
She'll be back eventually.
Eventually. For now, I have
Did
my
you
own-
drive your
Yeah,
wife
you're
off
like
again?
lady hawking it right now, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. I don't know what that means.
Wait, are you going to turn into a wolf?
I'll turn it to something.
Till then, you have
We have to
Spider-Man.
go.
I'm Pickle Rob.
Deuces.
Catch us-
Bye-bye.
Good night, everybody.
Adios.
Later. Catch us all for sidekicks. Right?
Yes.
Right? Right? Sidekicks. Bye, everybody.
Bunch of
Bed
old
with a
people
goblin.
fucking like rabbits.
Werewolf raping
It
kids.
was disgusting to say the least.
Jello pudding.
Boiled geese.